deep in an underground secret Pacific Island lair, Pop Culture Minefield presents Saturday Morning Funtime. This is the Comic Relief Crusader telling you to get your morning cereal ready, because here we go.
Woo! Good morning, kids. It's another Saturday. I am already this morning, I'm already in just the worst fucking mood. And I'm trying to get cheered up because I've been wanting to talk about this. It's like we've had technical issues, all sorts of stuff all morning. My doctor's a pain in my ass, almost literally, not just figuratively. And I just, I wanted to do Star Trek and talk Star Trek this morning. And no fucking Voyager or modern Star Trek. Just from basically Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, and of course the original Star Trek with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeForest Kelley. The holy trinity of Star Trek. I want to say good morning to everybody that's in the chat. And I feel bad right now. I really do. That this panel has already heard me fucking cuss, not in a fun way, and getting fucking infuriated over things. Poor Shanatsky brought up that stupid fucking video of Robin Williams and George Lucas, and I don't want you to think, Shanatsky, I was biting your head off, because I wasn't. I just fucking hate that video. It just shows how detached George Lucas was from the fan base to say that Jar Jar Binks was hated just like Yoda and C-3PO. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking stupid. Nobody complained about C-3PO or Yoda. He was a fan favorite right off the bat. How detached do you have to be George Lucas sometimes? My favorite picture of him still is him eating at a mall food court. It was really him sitting there at a mall food court eating. I'm like, yep, that's George Lucas. I love him, but man,
Gary. Happy thoughts, Gary. Happy thoughts, Gary. Star Trek.
I do not have any right now, and I'm trying. Spock. Captain Kirk. Spock. We've got to move forward. Mr. Scott, beam us up. 3 to beam up.
That would be the logical course to go, Captain.
Logical. So good morning to Monkey Jeebus. Hello, thank you. Come again. Gap After Dark. Penny is here. That is Dork Knight's mom, Bill Barkley, from Scotland, who has really, Bill, I would actually like to have you on sometime so you can share your videos. Maybe we could do that today if you're up for it, because I really like the videos you make of your little, wee little UFOs. Baron Ormontagu is also on the show. Anima Confusa, good morning. Das Wolfen, who's not on the show, but that's because he's out and about. Or as Canadians would say, out and about. Let's see. Dr. Dragon, King's Pork Owl, Keely Chow. Keely Chow is here. And Lauren, of course, who's sitting behind me also watching. And she's been listening to me cuss this morning because I'm irritated at everything. And Tin Man is here. Good morning. So, yeah, look at that. We've got a quarter of the normal clan, but we'll get there. It's Saturday. I don't care if everybody shows up. They'll eventually watch the video and rerun. But Keith is here. Good morning, Keith.
Hey. You know, one of my top 10 favorite subjects, Star Trek.
Oh, I thought you were going to say monkey porn. Then, of course, Baron Ormontag is here. Martin Acosta Santana, also known as Ka. And Shanatsky, our good friend, who's always keeping an eye on us, as we are always keeping an eye on you, Shanatsky. It's Star Trek Day number 2, because we're going to celebrate all of Star Trek now. Well, real Star Trek. Yeah, and people, I know a lot of people out there, some of this panel love Voyager. Didn't like it. I didn't like the show. I had problems with the characterizations, the being lost in space. being a tired thing that I don't think they really did all that well. It was just silly. I just thought it was silly. I think if Genevieve Bujold had not chickened out and kept the part of the captain, I think the show might have been a little better with the writing. Tuvok and Chakotay were the two only characters I liked. Even though I did enjoy the Doctor, the holographic Doctor. Because Ricardo is one of my favorite actors. What's that?
I liked the Doctor in 7. They made a good...
well, 7 came later, and I didn't see any of those episodes when they aired. But I've gone back and enjoyed a couple of the episodes with her. I liked when Q would show up.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with 7 of 9. 7 of 9 was really a creation of her then boyfriend and his contribution to the show. And
who moved on to Orville?
Yeah, he eventually got better. But at the time that he was doing this show, his attitude about Star Trek in general was the worst. And his partner actually was a fan of the show. In other words, this was Trek's own version of Alex Kurtzman before Alex Kurtzman. Yeah. So in creating 7 of 9, that was more of an attempt to bring in
tits and ass to Star Trek.
Yeah, that really was.
They did it again with what's her name, Blaylock, who is in Enterprise. Again, making her wear skin tight uniforms, showing off her tits and ass. And look, man, I'm a guy and all that, but no thanks. I want my Star Trek to be Star Trek.
Yeah. And nothing against the actress playing 7
Kurtzman's just a shitheel, in my opinion.
She is a terrific actress, and I will say this: one of the only nice things I can say about the current version of Star Trek is they've allowed her to do more than just be a sex object. Unfortunately, the way they've written her character, it's so badly done that you can't really celebrate the fact that she's getting a chance to do.
It is the antithesis of Star Trek, is what that show is.
Yeah,
up to this point. I know R&B says season 3 is good. I still have my doubts. Because how do you fucking save a show so badly written? I mean, composed even.
That was the problem with the series. Also, there was no... Everyone got along. Like the idea of, okay, you have the Maquis and you have the Federation. They have completely different ways of doing things. And then you solve that like 3 episodes in. And that should have been a conflict that kept the series going throughout the entire time. Instead, Chakotay was a bland piece of wood. And just like, yeah, sure, whatever, Catherine. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna raise an objection. I'm a Native American. So Native American wisdom thing.
Well,
after a while, he despised that role and being on that show.
Yeah, and I think part of luring certain actors to that show was telling them your character is one way, and then eventually doing something completely different with the character. But then again, that's what happens when you listen to Rick Berman, and you don't listen to some of your best writers on staff. Look, their best writers were people who were really not being listened to at that point. Everybody working on DS9 at that point was some of the best writers they had, and they weren't listening to a lot of those people. And then you had certain writers on Voyager who were so frustrated that they were telling other writers that they knew. Look, you want to know who the best source of finding out a lot of the conflicts behind the scenes was? J. Michael Straczynski. He knew many of those writers, and while he didn't blab everything that he knew at the time that he knew it, he did come back, and if you go back and read a lot of the chat room boards and stuff that they had, anyone that would ask a question about Star Trek, he pretty much had a solid answer based on what he was being told by those writers. So it wasn't the best place behind the scenes to work. And ultimately, Enterprise pretty much ended the run of one of their writers who was probably the best writer they had. So it was a mess behind the scenes. from a writing standpoint. But overall, I mean, Star Trek is solid. Even after all these years, even after what Rick Berman tried to do to it towards the end, it still works if you know what the blank you're doing. So that's my thing.
So we have a slideshow today. Thought I'd get us started on this right now. First, the shows we're going to be talking about, of course, are classic Star Trek, but then we're also going to be talking about Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Enterprise, which I thought was a very good show. It started off rough around the edges, but so did Next Generation. But by the time they got to season 3, it was really, really picking up speed. But they, it also suffered from another thing: time slot. Where could you watch it? What time? That was another problem with it, because that was when they first started trying out new networks, UPN, the Warner Bros., WB, all that shit. So people didn't know where to watch Star Trek.
So
You're free to join in, anybody.
Oh, sure. Well,
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, my big problem with Enterprise was that whole time war thing, the temporal Cold War, bothered me, and then them throwing Klingons in right away. I mean, the lore always had been that they hadn't met the Klingons.
They hadn't. And so that episode where they go to that refinery, I've mocked that episode. It was really dumb. Mm-hmm. This is what led straight to Alex Kurtzman being able to do what he does, where he breaks canon. Because Enterprise was the first show to really break canon. Mm-hmm. And it was a huge mistake. I want to say hello to War Monkey and Peter Vickman Fanside have joined us. Good to see you guys.
Well,
I was going to say, sorry, Shinatsky? Go ahead.
This is the problem with prequels. Outside of I don't know, Better Call Saul and Fate Zero, I can't think of any good prequels.
Well, Vince Gilligan is going to do a better job of making sure he doesn't cross tracks that he's already made and fuck it up. That's the problem. This is the job of people who are there for continuity. Their job is not just on set continuity, but for series continuity, to make sure that they don't step on the past and things that have already been addressed on Star Trek. Enterprise fucked up. They opened the door to fucking around with canon. Deep Space Nine did a great job. Remember when they went back in time, did the scene with the tribbles and at the bar and all that shit, and confused over the look of Klingons? It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, part of it is the fact that you had to have someone who knew what they were doing. And Star Trek lost probably their top writer, which was Ronald D. Moore. He left Star Trek's employ because of Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was that thing you and I've talked about before.
Yeah.
Because basically he left work. This is actually what happened. He left work, forgot something, went back and caught Rick Berman and what's his name having a secret meeting. It was like he caught them cheating.
Basically.
And he quit. He's like, fuck you guys.
Exactly.
I didn't watch that one. I don't know if that was any good. I remember the theme song. We are Muppet Babies. Like something like Happy Days or some shit.
It's right up your alley, Gary.
Let's go through the photo album here. What are we looking at here? I know what we're looking at, but I'm going to let you explain it.
It's Gene Roddenberry. This is on the set of the Star Trek pilot from 1965. This is actually 1964 when this was taken. This is fresh off of The Lieutenant, which had just ended, and which was his previous series. But as we said yesterday, it was probably the one show that helped to provide many of the pieces that he would use to eventually have Star Trek moving forward, especially with Samuel Peoples being a part of the Lieutenant television series, and his personal assistant at that time, which is a lady by the name of Dorothy Fontana. And then we had also talked about many of the actors that had appeared on the Lieutenant. That eventually,
and Dorothy, I want to point out, used the initials DC Fontana because she didn't want it to be known that she was a woman.
Mhm.
it was hard as a woman to make it in the industry if they knew you were a woman. And so you could only work certain jobs. So anything above where they thought you should go was difficult.
And she impressed Gene so much over something that she did, which you can tell that story, that she stayed on. And even though during the series, she continued being called DC Fontana, the fact is, on set, they all knew it was Dorothy. They called her Dorothy. But
No, I don't think
something
I don't
in this
think that
photo.
is pilot.
Go ahead.
Something.
Oh, sorry. I don't think that's from the pilot because you don't have the sets in the back look too much like the regular series. You don't have that big, huge.
I'm going to tell you why I think it
alien
is, because in the first pilot, the those screens were rear projection.
Mhm.
These are clean; they're clear. So
Okay.
this might be in the midst of them doing building or changing, but
Mhm.
those panels up there on the top are from the first pilot because they
Okay.
were rear screen projection. If you didn't know that, it's something new.
Oh, I
If you
knew
go
that.
back and watch any of the footage of the bridge from the first, whether it's in the menagerie or you watch the cage, that's rear screen projected images.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, Gene on the set. So let's see, what do we got here? A nice shot of those really gorgeous looking turtlenecks they wore for the first pilot.
Mhm.
Nothing looks ill-fitted or anything. It looks so good. That guy all the way back there by the door that's supposed to be security doesn't look like a child in a suit too big for them at all. But of course, in the pilot number 1, played by Madge Barrett there on the bottom right, she was the Spock-like character
Right.
originally. And Spock was a more emotional character, hence the yelling and smiling and touching a flower and looking over at Pike going, that's so cool. Remember that when he does that? Oh, that's so cool. He does that face. Like, wow. A much different Spock. Anything to add here?
Yeah, I mean, when they basically got, Gene was given the choice, he basically melded the two characters together. Spock and number 1.
Now, here you see again the rear screen projection ones, and they've got 2 levels here. You can see there are 2 levels. There's one up above and there's one down below. So I think that photo was taken while they were making changes.
Did they ever go into why they picked this particular color scheme? Because it's kind of, everyone's the same color almost, like just different
It's
shades.
really bland, you mean?
Yeah.
It's like Arizona. Those are all Arizona colors.
Well, also, if you can tell, that last photo was kind of washed out a bit. This is more of the proper
I'm sorry,
color.
are you from Missouri?
Wow. Yes, I is. And,
Wash?
This is more of a proper color corrected photo, more in line with how the footage actually looks.
Right. Because in the previous photo, this looks like aqua.
Yeah.
Where in this photo, clearly they're blue uniforms.
Yeah.
And also the Delta shield, instead of having a black border, has a gold border for this pilot. And that would be one of the minor things that they would end up changing between this and the second pilot.
And they're a little bit smaller too.
Yeah, a little bit smaller, yeah.
They are on Kingsport, Cal. Can you all not hear the Star Trek sounds?
I can.
I can hear them.
Okay, all right.
There's
All
a
right,
little.
Another shot of Pike checking out number one's hair. Looks like Spock is back there playing the pipe organ.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. God bless you, Gene Roddenberry, and your horny old man ways.
Another good shot here.
Well, at the time this was made, he wasn't really that old. I'd say he was in his I'd say he must have been in his early 40s when he shot this.
One thing I'll point out here too that I like is the rear screen projection on those mounts above each one of the stations really has a feel of more like Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because even on the screens in front of them, there's more animation and stuff going on like you had on Next Generation than you had on the original Star Trek after the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of preferred like that pilot bridge, except for the Martian War Machine laser gun that they had at all the stations.
Well, I also it's like some sort of above head. I don't know what the fuck that is. You're supposed to be looking into it. It looks like a light
your
picture,
own personal heads-up display.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that it looked better later with Sulu and Chekhov.
Yeah, it's
Here's
like the viewer that Spock had back at his station.
Mm-hmm. In communicator, that talk to people with. Hey, Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, it's like they've clearly got stuff that looks like it's right out of Forbidden Planet.
Yes.
The goggles look like it's out of the movie Them. The atomic bomb goggles.
Mm-hmm.
And the laser that they used.
Mm-hmm.
And the phasers. Look at the phasers. Have this weird look to them.
Now, this right here is one of the things I wish they had kept for the regular series, which is the these particular jackets they would use, the away jackets.
Oh, for away teams, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at them with the fold over, it's also, again, very Star Trek Next Generation in that fold over right there.
Now, this is one of the things I think they got right on Enterprise in having them have a prequel version of those jackets.
Yeah. Now, this guy, a lot like the two other actors that would step in as the Doctor, and eventually, one of them being DeForest Kelley, they were going for the old Western cowboy star. And each one of the guys that played the Doctor, all three of them, were Western actors, best known for Rifleman, Gunsmoke, shit like that.
Well, the name Bones, doesn't that basically come from that's a very Old West style name?
Yeah, Sawbones.
Yeah.
But Dr. Boyce, though, is the one character I wish they had.
Well, it's annoying that he's not on Star Trek now with Strange New Worlds because he was Pike's best friend.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they just completely removed him.
Yeah, and decided to make Spock his best friend. So, and it's just like, okay.
Spock wasn't his best friend. He was dedicated to him.
That's right.
It wasn't friendship. It was loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Command loyalty. Because Pike gave him a chance that many other officers wouldn't have as a Vulcan.
And by the time Spock came on the Enterprise, this is another thing that they actually even get wrong with the JJ stuff. Spock had been serving for quite a few years. This is
because they age slower than humans.
That's right. So this was all of this occurred about 12 to 13 years before the events of what we know from the time of Captain Kirk. So the Enterprise is actually a much older ship, even than what they've said.
Yeah, it's about 40 or so year old ship.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is naked and Danny is feeling ignored. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Danny. So, this is absolutely a really good shot of Majel Barrett right here. I'm really distracted by it. Sorry.
Well, she's a beautiful woman,
Yeah, both of those ladies are beautiful.
Yeah. Now,
Yeoman.
the actress that plays the yeoman, she just recently passed away a few months ago.
Yep.
So that means that there's pretty much no one left alive that actually played in the pilot. At least none of the main characters.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you're right.
She was the last one.
Holy smokes. So here we are, Jean on the set of the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her. She's in love with him.
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
You know they're doing the Beast with two backs. You know that.
I've never seen a person wear their dress uniform and not know how to wear their fucking hat before.
They find a way.
Gene looks like he does not know how to wear that fucking hat at all.
It doesn't look it at all.
Yeah. He's
United
trying to
States
do
Air
that.
Force.
He's trying to do that Hollywood tilt, and it just looks like his hat's wrong. But it's a good picture. I mean, he was a pilot.
Yep. B-17 pilot in the Pacific Theater.
Yep.
This is, you could see that Nimoy wasn't quite there yet with playing Spock.
Mm-hmm.
And in this scene, once again, super intelligent, gets beat by a human playing three-dimensional chess, and then speaks so smarmy about humans and their arrogance when he sounds arrogant in the way he said it. Still, It's a great episode. I fucking love it. It's where No Man Has Gone Before.
Yeah.
Was the second pilot. That's why they wore the first pilot's uniforms.
Yeah, well, and this was also written by Samuel Peoples, who was the guy that came in and kind of brought a more down-to-earth version of all of this, which is what NBC really liked. Because the original pilot was a little more... It was
stiff.
Rigid. It was stiff. Yeah, it was very much stiff. It
felt more like a classic sci-fi movie than a pilot for a TV show.
Yes.
Right. It felt like Forbidden Planet Part 2. And and where No Man's Gone Before is actually one of my favorite episodes for his pilot. Just something about it just grabs you.
And it's so weird that after they shot the second pilot, you wouldn't actually see it in order. You would see it out of order as the third episode.
Mm-hmm.
You had first they aired The Salt Vampire. I forget the name of that episode. Man Trap, and then they aired Charlie X, and then they aired this episode, the actual.
I'm having some serious deja vu. Oh, am I here now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was that?
I'm actually here. Oh.
Hi, Danny.
I'm sorry.
How are you?
Hold up.
How are you?
It's easy. You
Yeah,
unmute
because I was
yourself.
talking to you a minute ago, and you weren't saying anything, so I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Danny. I couldn't hear you over the snark.
Wow. You know what?
Ooh.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what?
Hey, I want to thank
showed
you
up-
for wearing a uniform.
Yeah, I showed up yesterday. Where the hell were you, bro? Where the hell were you?
I
Gary.
was on boat.
Oh,
No. I'm talking to Gary.
I had
Oh, yeah.
doctors. I had a doctor's appointment. I had to go to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll forgive that. I had.
I showed up after you left, though. I showed up in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I actually had to
Yeah.
go. I had to leave because that's why I said I couldn't say anything. I had to get a hip injection yesterday. That was fun, but I
Oh,
feel
they injected you with a hip?
no. They injected my hip with I don't know
Cortisone.
Cortisone. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought they
yeah.
injected you with hypnus.
That's old man injection or old woman. They inject it into people who
Well,
are
on
having
the
trouble with their joints.
31st of this month, I go to my consult to get my appointment for the. So I've had my left hip replaced in 2018, and I'll find out on the 31st of September when my right hip is getting replaced. Aren't you guys so looking forward to getting old? It sucks. Anyway,
Yeah, I had a rough day today.
Aren't you younger than I am?
I don't know, man. I'm 43, so you tell me.
I'm
You're younger than me.
52.
I'm 53.
I'm 49.
I'll
Well-
be 60 in 18 months.
Hey, you guys have all met my mom. She might even be in the chat. We can
She
thank
is.
her
She
for
just talked about you.
good. We can thank her for
There,
fucking
read
the
it.
gene pool.
That's to you.
Son, I heard your voice and came running. Skylar is here. Oh, that's my nephew. No, my mom totally fucked the gene pool. I have degenerative joint disease thanks to my mom and her side of the family. So
The long suffering's got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad fucked up our gene pool and gave me degenerative mind.
Yeah. That sounds about right. But Gary's looking forward in about 9 years. He can just sit back and go, I'm 69, dude.
Yeah. That's every old man's favorite year.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of pop culture minefield. It's ongoing. Oh, sorry, Mom. Okay, well, you guys just ruined that for me.
That's it.
Why you got to show me stuff from my?
Now?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you.
Pay-per-view
I'm gonna
event.
beat your ass.
Who said that? That was good. Pay-per-view event. That's
Or
fine. She can
how do
spank
you
my
hide all
ass at
that
my
dirt?
age, but we better freaking charge for it.
So, Dork, how do you hide all that dirt? Because, man, the amount of digging you've been doing just now, like, I'm impressed.
Anima, it's my concubine. Hey, sweetheart.
You still know me.
You
That's
go
nice.
ahead and
Oh,
go ahead and put her next
Somebody's
to
about
me.
to get kicked.
Oh wow! No, she's just mad. Look,
You put Keith to the back of the bus? Come on, Gary.
hey,
Come on.
It's all good. It's
No,
all good.
Anima and I are supposed to be next to each other. She's just mad at me because
Oh yes, I am.
Oh, wow.
Look, man, I'm sorry. There's only so much of me to go around, and you're on the other side of the freaking world. It's
That doesn't stop you from answering messages, right?
fair enough.
We just turned into a soap opera here.
And with that,
And these
Hi guys.
So what's
are
special
the
about this
days
picture, Gary?
of our
What's special
lives.
about this picture?
well, what we've
I
got
know.
here is a failure to communicate. This is the first time you
Sulu
get
in
to
a
see
blue
Sulu
shirt.
and Scotty, which is
Scotty
in
in
the
command
second
gold.
pilot.
Right.
I
Yes.
was actually unaware Sulu was in the second pilot. I
Yeah.
never noticed it.
He didn't really do much.
But I knew
so-
Jimmy was.
Well,
'cause
that's
Jimmy,
because he was only a day worker, so
Well, that's all they were during the entire run of the series. That's why they wouldn't be on some episodes, because once they got their hours, they couldn't be on any more shows.
Yeah, you kind of
right.
never see them all in an episode. It's like either those guys.
And that's
or those
why I
guys.
find it really funny when they get bitchy about William Shatner, who's the fucking star of the show. It's like, well, he's the star of the show. You're
shouldn't a
gonna
guy dressed like
About the star of
Shatner
the show.
be like over there some more? I understand. Just like,
I don't know, but I do want to go back to one more that photo. This one here.
Mhm.
Kirk's already got his Kirkism. Look at his fucking Kirk face here.
Mm-hmm.
He had it from the moment, and that was something Gene talked about. Is that Shatner was his first pick because he understood this shit, what was going on.
oh God,
Are you shitting me?
Shatner.
What is going on?
no, Shatner. This picture of I'm just trying not to nut.
I think that
love
was his own
Shatner.
face.
He's having a shatgasm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
orgasm
was.
over Kirk.
Yeah, I was trying not to shat myself.
He's about to light a cigarette for the after.
I hate those female uniforms.
Fuck it.
What's with
I
the weird
will.
collar? It sucks.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
so bad.
it's that was what they had put
Yeah,
together,
my lighter's
and this is really a modification of what they had for the pilot. And again, you can tell it's a little off. That would be changed later too.
Oh, look at that face.
Oh, the young
Talking about-
lady.
No, I'm talking about Shatner.
Oh,
What's wrong
Kirk,
with
man,
you? You're
he
looking at the
had
wrong.
the Kirk thing down from day one.
Yeah.
I love when they do the light. Like the light is only on his eyes. They do that all the time. It's so funny.
And right here is the prime example
He's like
why
staring.
they had to find another color,
Mhm.
because this just looks like somebody got like a Kmart brand crayon box.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
when
it's
you
just,
watch it.
you only got
Oh.
beige and blue.
Look at Gary. Look at Gary just holding that bitch's hand. Did we ever get that girl's name?
Oh, she
Um,
was a yeoman.
Yeah.
That's a yeoman.
Yeah,
I'm so glad they got rid of the yeoman. It's ridiculous.
actually, the yeoman character would still be a part of everything up until about halfway through the first season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeoman
I-
Hand.
Because Yeoman Rand was the last Yeoman.
Yeah, and I read, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a bunch of us dorks on here. They got rid of Yeoman Rand because they wanted Kirk to be like a coxman in space, and they felt like Yeoman Rand was like keeping him too grounded because there was too much of an insinuation that they were a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, that plus there was some stuff that was going on behind the scenes because Shatner came to her defense. She was sexually assaulted by one of the executive producers of the series.
Oh,
the young woman that played Rand.
Yeah,
that got dark. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's what happened. It's history.
What happened.
It's historical.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It's
in her book.
I honestly didn't know that. I never read her book. I've got Shatner's 2 books and one of Nimoy's I am Spock over there. But and I actually even have what's her name? Uhura's book over there. I have to go grab
Harvey
it.
Weinstein is the tip of the iceberg.
By the way, William
Harvey
Shatner,
Weinstein is
if
a
somebody
POS.
can pass this message on to William Shatner, if you want to write another biography and want to piss off all the anti-Shatterites that are out there, write the book as William Shatner, I am Spock. That will fucking set those haters off.
Oh, God.
And the sequel will be I am also McCoy.
I'm McCoy.
So hey, I just got a question because now I'm on a panel with a bunch of people. I spent like 3 hours on the phone with tech support yesterday. Does my video feed look good today compared to yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looks fantastic.
Okay, good.
It looked
was
good when you asked me yesterday.
Well, yeah, but there was only like 4 of us. Now there's like 8 of us. So I just wanted to make sure because I was
Yeah,
pissed.
look at that quality.
Yeah, dude, you fucked off right before I came on yesterday.
Oh, look at that. Okay, that's worth the posting right up there on the top right there.
Yeah,
William
the
Shatner
calendar.
and Uhura.
There you go.
About
Yeah,
to
that
see
one there.
the
Yeah.
kiss.
Nice.
There you go.
It's hard. I'm not good at the reverse thing. But
What's
anyway.
hard?
Well, Danny,
That
has your
too.
ego recovered?
Huh?
Has your ego ever recovered?
Oh, look, darling, I was doing my stuff
dying
from
now.
memory. Now, yeah, like sweetheart, sugar, whatever. I was first of all, I'm glad you won. Second of all, you studied, you worked hard. I was going off of memory.
I watched
from
the
like
episodes twice.
yeah,
That's
exactly. That's my point. And I hadn't watched him for 20 years or more, so it's all good, you know.
Hey Danny,
Not like you had a choice.
how can you see out of that giant hole you've dug yourself into?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, what you're saying is, I showed up for the exam. I didn't study.
and
fuck
John, I'm always
Pretty
anyway,
much.
so-
Hey, man, and I got a B. Anima got an A, and she wants to brag. You know what? It took you.
Plus,
You had to cram all night and lose sleep and sweat and worry about that A. And I got stoned the night before, passed out, woke up, and got a B in my sleep. So there you go.
look at all
Hey,
these
Jed, you're still
Hey,
whining.
Hey Keith, how about those twins, huh?
Yeah, wow.
Oh, Decepticon's Cave of Villains is here. Good morning, my friend. We are glad. We've got most of the group here. Normally we're in the 20s, but look, it's. I'm lucky we got anybody on a Saturday. Glad to see all you guys.
Do you guys hear that when it does my little thing?
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Now I do have the miniature of this rifle.
Okay.
Here
I'm
in the
sorry,
photo.
Gap. I'll see you later, guys. Gap doesn't.
Oh, you got to
like-
go?
No. Gap says I'm not entertaining. He told y'all to kick me. So.
What?
Oh, I'm not going to kick you.
No, we're tolerating Danny. He's okay.
You might be schizophrenic.
That
You
is
might,
too cool for school. There you go.
You
Let's
might go
play
on
with him,
tangents that
Tuesdays.
make me look sane, but somehow you're still here. So
So I have this rifle in miniature form for the action figure. I have the Captain Kirk action figure, very accurate in detail. I think it was McFarlane Studio that made them. They're just beautiful sculpt. And it included a hand holding this rifle. And I did not put him on him, but I keep it right in front of him on the stand. So I can always look at that because I love that rifle. We only saw it this one time on Star Trek, and then it would appear again later. It was either Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea or Lost in Space. I can't remember.
It was Where No Man Has Gone Before. And I actually have a really dope-ass picture over there of Kirk. I have it framed and everything, holding that rifle. literally where no man has gone before is the only episode that thing appears in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like
Hey,
it shoots
here's
those
the
darts that
highlight.
stick to the wall.
Peter Vickman fan side, I'm sorry you missed it. I hope you were able to go back and watch the rerun of yesterday. There was a lot of good stuff on there.
Well,
both the morning and afternoon show.
Well, speaking of the afternoon show, Gary, did you ever go back and watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I tried to do you justice. I was like, you weren't there, so I was trying.
Yeah, I appreciate
I didn't wear my Captain Kirk shirt though because you weren't there. I was gonna, but you weren't there. So. But you're here today, so I'm sporting it today.
Well, as I've always said, queer today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
It almost
think
looks
about
look decent then.
So now
Sally
we start
Kill-
seeing the standard uniforms, and I love the smock that McCoy had.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it with his away mission jacket or smock, but I like the medical smock. It just stood out, made him look like a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny, and this is because we brought it up yesterday, that Bones was such a popular character in season 1 that he was the only actor to be included in the opening title scrolls season 2. Because that bond between Kirk, Bones, and Spock is just really one of the
that's
best
what it was.
on-screen relationships of a group of characters in the history of television.
That's really what I think made Star Trek so great was the relationship
I agree.
between those three. Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Well-
What were you going to say, Keith?
That was a carryover from the Horatio Hornblower books.
Yes, because
Yeah.
his relationship with his captain and all that shit, his doctor,
Mhm.
definitely. And I think that was something that Gene was going for because he even tried to do that with the original pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so this ended up working really well. The dynamic of the logical, the emotional doctor, and the somewhere in between Captain Kirk, who could
That was the
understand both
best
men.
banter ever written in TV history.
Yeah. So,
Great dialogue.
and then you get some fucking lunatic sci-fi writer who decides, well, we're going to kill Bones. Harlan Ellison thought that they would follow his lead on that. Yeah, you ever see something like that where somebody yells, "Follow me," and they run out and nobody follows them? That was Harlan Ellison.
And that was after writing for almost a year on that script. He was with them for long enough to have written a movie, and kept wandering away from the space where they would stick him in order to finish writing the episode that he was doing.
Yeah, and I did enjoy this story that they would go to look because they locked him up in an office. And he found a way to get out the window. And they would find him over on the set with the actors.
Sometimes not even the same show. He'd be on a different show set.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah. He would wander away, and he would. That's all detailed in the Inside Star Trek book. But it was again. It's a very well written episode. But wow,
Now,
So
this is
that's-
one of the best episodes from season 3.
Spectre of the Gun.
And you can see Shat was putting on some weight here. He's getting some jowls there. A little bit of extra skin under the jawline.
At least for this segment of the shooting. They talked about that too. They talked about that, and there's 3 books that mention that. And it's the one by David Gerald that really put it into perspective. Shatner at that time would eat all that he wanted. He would come in after every major weekend. He'd fast, he'd do stuff. So at the beginning of the shoot, usually, when they're starting an episode, he'll be at his best weight. And so as the shoot goes on, you'll notice he starts to gain weight. And usually by the end of the shoot, he's over there doing pull-ups. He's doing push-ups. He's trying to keep the weight down. He goes into the weekend. He fasts a little bit. I mean, for a man his age, I don't think I could have been able to get through that. It's probably a good thing the show didn't continue to go that direction, because that was just an awful way to just abuse your body in a way. he would often try to blow off steam by just going and hanging out and doing a lot of dangerous sports and stuff. And he really increased doing that after the show went off the air. He just that was really his addiction. That was his thing. The way that Captain Kirk was, being the guy that would always get all the women, that was based on Roddenberry.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a Roddenberry thing, because Shatner himself was married with three kids at the time this series was going. So, and he's 30. So he's 37 in this picture. He's 37 years old, because they were 30. He and Nimoy were 35 when the show got picked up. So Captain Kirk is 35 years old when the series starts. So
fascinating.
And Shatner's just a couple
that
days
is for
older.
Bill Barkley pissing and moaning that I didn't play it. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this one is also for Bill Barkley. There you go.
Also gave DeForest Kelly a chance to play a cowboy again in Star Trek.
I know, that was really kind of cool. I thought so too. But question is, which Scotty do you like? Hair and the pompadour come back?
You can't not pay Arnold even when we do Star Trek.
Or this one. Where's it at? I got to find it again.
That's further up.
Further up. Shit, man. It's pissing me off. I can't find it.
One more, I think.
One more.
There it is.
There you go.
Hair
I like
comb
that
to the
hairstyle.
side, or this one. Which hair do you prefer?
Scotty
I prefer
To the
this one.
side.
Scotty
This
won.
one?
No, not the one that I'm showing.
Yeah, the hair off to the side.
Yeah, the
Okay.
side part.
Oh, yeah.
I was the same way. I thought he looked weird with his hair back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He always looked like he was in a state of surprise.
Well, and that's the fact that both James Doohan and DeForest Kelly were almost 8 or 9 years older, and they were the oldest two in the cast.
So you guys see my photo. That's this is season 1, Kirk, and now this is season 3, Kirk. It's like I'm a sausage. Yeah.
Show me the picture again, though.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That one.
No,
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. 30 pounds makes a huge difference. So I feel for Shatner. I get it.
I like your mouth, boy. You got.
He even had that problem with the movies too. They said they were having little issues with the uniforms and him kind of gaining the weight.
Well, I never understood why they changed his toupee. So if you look, I used
a
to
lot of
be
people don't know he was wearing a toupee the entire season.
Yeah. I used to be a big contributor to this. It's called Shatner's toupee. Google it. It's still around, and I was a big contributor to it. And the first 2 seasons, he was wearing the same lace toupee. Season 3, if you notice, his hair is a lot darker and his hair looks different. It's because it's a different toupee. And then when he started making all those guest appearances in the 70s, when he was trying to pay for his divorce and child support, he had it was totally different. And then when he came back he had that weird rug that he just rode with for years in the motion picture. I'm like, man. So on Shatner's toupee, the website, they did a really cool there was a blog post where they did this really cool thing where they're like, what if Captain Kirk had his original series toupee through all the movies, and they showed him with that hair right there we're showing on screen throughout the movies, and it looked kind of weird, just because we're not used to it. But
William
if
Campbell.
we want to talk about off-putting now, is when we switch over. Hold on, let me open it up here. Here we go.
It's better than Stan Lee's.
This is the craziest hair I ever saw. Was when 1978 happened, and we got this Captain Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that's
crazy hair.
There's a great line from William Frakes. I forget what he said, but he makes a reference. He calls it he calls it some kind of animal. I forget the animal name he used, but he's like some kind of animal on the top of his head, and it was freaking hilarious.
Well, back in the '90s, I was doing a lot of film festivals, and there was this short film going around called Bill Shatner's Hair. It was a living entity that would go out at night and party all night, and the guy would wake up with this hair that he purchased from Bill Shatner, and he would be hungover, and he couldn't understand why he would wake up feeling just horrible because his hair was out partying all night. It was funny. It was
The new Mighty Mouse from the '90s played on that one, where Shatner's toupee was this monster going out destroying the town.
Oh,
You know,
man, but
Pike
here's
Scare has its own Twitter account, right?
this really is a good shot here. Shatner was the consummate fucking captain.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't care what anybody says. William Shatner, mom's
Yeah.
in the chat. She can attest to this. That dude was my hero, my model for a man until I was probably easily a freshman or sophomore in high school. You know, I was born in the '70s, so that says something. Like,
I like
Kirk's
this
the
shot
man.
of him and Khan,
Yeah.
also known as Martin Acosta Santana.
Hey, at least Kirk's shirt is green in this shot.
Took you a
you know?
straight time to
Well-
show my boy.
Here's the thing. I still can't believe that there are some people that have never seen Space Seed in order to get all of the complexities of the Wrath of Khan film. I can understand going to see the movie and going, "Hey, that's interesting. Never seen anything like that." I cannot believe that there are people that have never seen Space Seed.
Dude,
Now,
you know what?
I want to
You know what?
ask
I
you
don't-
why
why
this is
haven't
in
they-
here,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
because this is a modern composite.
Yeah. Why is
Why
this
did
in
you
here?
pick this one, Keith?
Oops, I gave you the wrong one.
Blow it up.
You know what I don't understand is why. Okay, so I have over there, it's like a 50th. I'll have to
Hello,
grab it. I think
Olivia.
it says 50. It's like a 50th anniversary, which can't be right. But I do see the number 50 real big on it with Wrath of Khan. I don't understand. Like, it doesn't have Space Seed on it. Like, there should be a like a thing where they release Wrath of Khan and Space Seed is on it, and like, you know, so like, because you're right, there are a lot of kids today who don't know what the hell Space Seed is, but they know
Well,
what
that's
Wrath
why
of
they
Khan.
wanted to-
Everybody knows what Wrath of Khan is, you know.
So, what is this
Well-
photo about, Keith? Because it's George and Gene.
Yeah, this was at a convention where it was George actually showed up to pay respect to Gene,
Yeah.
and
'Cause a
unfortunately,
lot of people don't know that George Lucas was a big Star Trek fan.
Oh yeah, oh
Well,
yeah.
obviously, you know, Star Wars is derivative of Star Trek, whether people want to believe it or not. Just saying.
Not only that, but the reason we had the movies in the first place was because Star Wars did so big, and Paramount went, "Oh,
Yep,
shit,
instead of a new
they-
show,
Yeah,
you got a
no,
movies.
I talked about that yesterday because they were with Keith when Gary wasn't around. Phase 2 was going to be a series, but then Star Wars did gangbusters, and they're like, "No, we're going to make this a movie now,"
hmm
which kind of wasn't fair, but whatever.
Well, I mean, it worked out
Yeah,
ultimately. The movie actually did very well for itself, but I think
it would
what
have
they
done
ended up-
better had it not had the whole bloat of the budget from Phase 2, though. Just
Well,
saying.
that was part of it, and the other part of it was the fact that, as I explained before, you got to understand how much of this was predicated on the visual effects.
Mhm.
I mean, not to say that it was easy doing all the other stuff, but when you hire a company to create your visual effects, and then almost halfway through you realize those visual effects are no good, and you have to throw everything out and start again.
Yeah, but that's like, it's not. I mean, no, I agree, but that's not. I don't even know how to say this. It's not the fault of the. That's the producer's fault. You know what I mean?
Well, the big problem with the Star Trek The Motion Picture is they took basically a 1 hour episode, The Changeling, made it into a 2 hour plus movie, throwing in a few elements. There was nothing original about it.
Yeah.
It's like, we've already seen this before, and they put it at a slow pace because they wanted to have it kind of mirror 2001.
Oh my God!
That
How many
aspect.
times have we seen oh, this is killing me now. I wish I just woke up. That's why I was a little late. How many times have we seen like big space probe comes in, threatens the world, and somebody's got to save it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well,
Mhm.
again, the whole thing with the making of the movie was that this marks a transitional period for Hollywood and for the two people put in charge of the film. You got to understand that when Paramount decided to make this movie, there was a particular period of time in the very beginning where they were looking at not even casting the television cast.
right. No, they were gonna. Wasn't like Robert Redford gonna be Kirk?
Robert Redford was going to be Kirk,
Yeah.
and they wanted. They wanted Walter Matthau to be McCoy,
Yeah.
and they wanted. They wanted.
How crazy would the world be right now if that happened?
Well, it might have worked. It might have worked. You don't know.
No,
I
I
mean-
know. I'm not saying it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'm just saying how crazy would the world be if that was the case?
I mean, on the one hand,
Star
that
Trek
would have,
conventions, you know.
it would have been something
Well,
interesting.
hold on a second, because we're not addressing stuff that's being said in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, one, I'm going to first go with Dragon Bricks. Star Trek movie was boring for Next Generation DS9. I got to tell you, buddy, there would have been no Star Trek: The Next Generation if not for the motion picture.
Yeah. No. First
No.
of all, if
They
you
even-
like the
even
theme,
used the theme for a
Yeah.
reason. All
Sorry.
the
Right.
characters in Next Generation are based on the characters of the motion picture.
And the look
Yeah.
of the uniform
and
the
no.
look of the ship is
Yes.
all based
No,
on
like,
the motion
I
picture.
think we talked about this yesterday in the afternoon
Well,
show.
I still have
that
one more
theme-
thing to say.
sorry.
One more thing to say. Basically, Next Generation was Star Trek: The Motion Picture 2.0.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
So saying
Yeah.
that, you're kind of shitting on the first season of Star Trek: The Next
Right.
Generation, because the first season, kind of even the second season of Star Trek: Next Generation, was boring as fuck.
And I just want to like, I want to put out there for people who don't know, because there's a lot of people who still don't know. I literally have to show them the intro to the TMP. Da, 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 da. That's from
Mhm.
the
That's
motion
from the
picture.
motion picture.
Yeah.
You mean I
Everything.
remember? Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
hold on. I still got to address more stuff, guys.
Okay.
Captain Robert April says, later that night they shared the love and dare not speak its name. I don't know what that means. But then he says, there's a bit more to that. Star Wars hit. Paramount thought they'd missed their chance at a movie. Close Encounters then was a hit, almost as big. Not just as big,
So-
almost as big. Realized fans would see more than one movie a year. Big budget film.
What's that guy's
and
name? Who did Star Trek?
absolutely-
Oh, sorry.
I'm
Go ahead.
still reading this stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then he goes on to say, and the movie was back on. Exactly. Phase 2 was always meant to be a television show,
yeah.
but they started doing photography, which I don't think you got any of those here, did you?
No, I didn't get any of those.
So
Well, like
if
that.
you look,
So they would take photographs of the TV set.
I have that poster. Oh, cool.
It's a great
Mhm.
poster.
Yeah.
They would take photos of the television set for Star Trek Phase 2 and
Mhm.
started mixing in stuff for the movie to see if it would work, and none of it looked right. They had
So-
to go back to scratch. The only thing that survived, to my knowledge, was the central core from engineering. The central core.
And the
Have you-
transporter pad.
What's
Okay.
what was it called? I think it was a fan made series. I think it's called Star Trek Continues. It's like Vic.
Yes.
Well, there are two Star Trek shows. One
No.
was good. One was
The one with the Vic. I never get his last name.
Vic
right.
Mignogna?
Huh?
Mignogna.
Mignogna.
Yeah.
I always say Mignole. Okay, good.
There's the G is silent. Mignogna. I'm friends with the guy. It's
So-
Mignogna.
Yeah, that was Star Trek
So-
Continues.
So I love that. I actually got to meet him at one of the Star Trek conventions here in Vegas. But like, look, if you look, so they made I don't know if you guys ever saw the final episode of what he did, but it was
Yep.
super cool because
Oh,
it
yeah.
tied in the series to the motion picture. He even has so look, if you look at this, they stole it from him, I swear. In this comic, You see Kirk's wearing the motion picture suit there up in the top center.
Mhm.
So they did a cool thing in that show where, like, at the end of it, he's wearing the motion picture uniform. He got his promotion. I don't know. I loved
that series and the way it ended. And it's sad that
loved
it ended.
it.
It ended
Yeah.
because of CBS got greedy.
Yep.
And fucked over the fan films.
Oh, dude, it was still.
And I also blame that
I met
guy
Lou
with
Ferrigno.
Robert
So
Burnett, because Robert had his heart in the right place. That other dude, he helped cause the problems. That
You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
He did. He
So
did
right
help cause the problem.
Oh, hey, look at that. I'm the commander and you're the science officer, Keith. Very nice. Right after they did the episode with Lou Ferrigno as he was an Orion slave trader, they did the only Wizard World con they did in Vegas, which was a shame. I don't know why they only did one. Came out here and I got to do, this was back when I was really heavy into doing press, and I got to spend, so they have a thing out here called the High Roller at the Link, which is basically like it's a giant Ferris wheel, but they're pods. They're like big, the and you get to hang out and they have a bar, and and it takes about an hour to go all the way around. So I got to spend an hour with Lou Ferrigno, got a bunch of cool pictures, got to talk to him mostly about Star Trek, which was because it was just fresh off of that. And it was I don't know, man, like that was so good, and I was so bummed. It took forever for that last episode to come out. Do you guys know the story behind that? Why that is? Or
I just said it was.
You just said why it was canceled, but what was the reason it took so long?
Because of Axanar. Axanar, the guy, Robert Burnett was working with this guy. Okay, he's a real scumbag. I mean, from what I've been told. And he was...
Keith, you're muted.
Keith, you're still muted.
We don't want to use that guy's name.
Now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We don't want to use that guy's name, but he worked.
Yeah, I'm not
going
to
to
say his name, but he's a real scumbag. Because I don't want to get sued by this guy. But the word is that a lot of reliable sources that he got greedy and was turning a personal profit off of what was happening. And so CBS...
Well, that's not allowed
saying,
with
one bad apple spoils a whole bunch,
Right.
He basically cost every fan that series. Star Trek Continues, because Star Trek Continues was the best Star Trek.
It really was. And the guy that played Kirk was actually really good. Vic, how do you say his last name again?
Mignogna.
Mignogna.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Mignogna.
Yeah.
But I got to say, with him, he actually went back to the Desilu studio design. The entire studio, if you visited his set, it's still, I think it's still available to go visit.
God, I hope so. I would love to do that.
Designed to look like the old Desilu studio. So everything was the exact same place. And I thought that was fucking brilliant that he did that.
Yeah,
dude, it looks so good. Like my buddy Eric turned me on. So I've been out here for 13 years in Vegas, and I've been going to the convention for most of those years. And I didn't even know about this show until probably 7 or 8 years ago. And I don't know if it was the first or second season. And I was like, there was a time where I was watching it, like following it religiously. And then it just it took forever for there was a big gap in between. And then I just kind of fell off, and I just finally watched the last episode, like within the last 6 months, Well,
they had to raise money for that show. They would go to the fans. See, back when the show was in production, they would have episodes, they'd world premiere episodes, and then they would say, okay, we're going to try to build this, because they were building as they went along. When you watch the first episode of what they did, all those sets were all that they had. As time went on, they would get more fans to contribute money so they could build more sets and film more episodes.
What's the story behind them switching McCoys? Does anybody know that?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I think availability
is okay. Yeah, because there was like McCoy was an actor, like one actor, and then they switched it to a different actor. But
Right. Well, one of
I
the
will
things we
tell
have
you,
with these fan things.
they hired one of the Doohans, Jimmy Doohan's son.
no, he did Scotty. Yeah.
Chris
Yep.
Dillon. Yeah, and that, which is why that role was so good.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Jim Cawley, he's got his set up in New York
Yep.
that he has on there, but he kind of has a pissing match with Vic because he goes on, mine is more authentic than yours type of thing.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, Cawley
I can't
is
stand that guy. I
jealous.
couldn't watch his show. His Star Trek fan films were really not very good. Vic's group was really well done.
Dude, so here's the thing. I didn't even know, but like I think it was my buddy Eric. I haven't seen a lot of fan films. I mean, I saw one with like I don't even remember the name of it. It had Chekhov in it, and the dude in Tuvok was in it.
Yeah,
and
that was
Oh, that's
Renegades.
yeah, but that
Okay.
they also had the.
they had the
also-
other one too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to. Are you talking about the one where it's what's it? Charlie X comes back. They basically have like
No.
a mirror type universe one. Okay.
Oh, hey, send me the link for that. I'd watch that. No. What I'm talking about was like set-
Renegades.
Was it Renegades?
Yeah, that's it,
Okay.
Bill. Renegades.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to change that one because of the Star Trek ruling, so it was no longer
Mhm.
Star Trek. It was just
Well,
they changed everything.
It wasn't just Axonar. It was the fact that you had Star Trek.
Axonar. That's that
It was
sounds
the fact that you also had
like
Star
2
Trek.
minutes ago twice.
Huh?
It was.
I said Axonar twice, like 10
Mhm.
minutes ago.
So, well, I wasn't here. I'm sorry, man.
No, you were here. You just weren't.
they were also using Star Trek actors, and I think
Mhm.
Paramount really got pissy about that too.
Yeah,
there were a lot.
that
There was
pissed them off
Czech.
a
Well,
lot.
who all did they use? They had Tuvok. They had Chekhov.
They had the guy from Alien Nation TV series who was on Star Trek as a Vulcan.
Yeah, Gary Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
they
two
also had-
the two biggest were Chekhov and Tuvok, right? Those were the
No,
two.
they had Nichelle Nichols.
They did.
They had,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They used what's his name?
They brought back the original actor who played a Greek god or Roman.
Oh,
god.
that was in Star
Oh.
Trek Continues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Star Trek Continues.
That Star Trek continues.
I saw
remember
that. That was
he
yeah.
came back.
Who
Well, that
mourns
had
for
to
Adonis?
piss them off,
Who
too.
mourns for Adonis? Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
that had
Bob
to have
Picardo.
pissed them off.
They also had Bob Picardo, and they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Nichelle Nichols. Yeah, Lord Toth is on it, but I mean, it's just they used quite a few Star Trek related actors, and
Yeah.
I think Paramount got really pissy about that.
Oh, did Paramount get mad at Bob Picardo for being in what was that? The Dennis Quaid movie. What was that called? Inner
Inner
Space.
Space.
Oh.
There we go.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, see, the James Collins show, the Star Trek Phase 2 one, he had Takai and Koenig come back, and DC Fontana did write one of the episodes. I think she wrote the
Yep,
Chekhov
she wrote.
episode.
She wrote
Mhm.
a few for him, and I mean that was the thing about James Cawley. He was able to get quite a few of the people behind the scenes to help him with his Star Trek.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
I didn't mind James Cawley's at all. In fact,
No.
that was the first fan one I found, and I watched
Mhm.
quite a few of those episodes.
What's the name of that one? I don't think I've seen that one.
It was Star Trek Phase 2 or New Voyages. It basically had two names to that.
It had
Anybody
two
in the
names.
chat, drop that in the drop a link because I'd love to watch that because I've watched all of Continues. So.
And then the other one I was telling you about was Gods and Monsters. They actually were using the same sets. James Cawley played Peter Kirk in that one. That one had Nichelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, Grace Lee Whitney was in there. Alan Ruck was in there, reprising his role as the captain of the Enterprise B. Tim Russ, Garrett Wong, Ethan Phillips, J.G. Hertzler.
Dude
Garrett Graham.
from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, he was in
Oh,
Star
wow.
Trek Generations. He was the captain
No,
of the
I know
Enterprise.
he's in Generations, but he's in one
Yeah.
of these fan films.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
was
called
playing the
Gods
same
and
role.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to see that, man. Please,
Chase
guys,
Masterson.
drop these links, please, in the chat. We should do like a watch along or like a buddy of mine, Salty Trekker. He does these things. It's almost like Mystery Science Theater 3000, where you'll watch these and then comment over it. Like that could be cool, man. Especially,
Hey, Danny,
yeah.
It's called Google.
Yeah, but I have okay, fine. I have such
That
a
will
short
require-
attention span. I don't even remember the damn name of what you just said. But hey, guys, we have a super chat.
Ooh.
Hey, Dork. What show are you on right now?
I'm on the pop culture
Our
minefield.
Muslim uncle has, and by the way, welcome to the show, our Muslim uncle. It's good to see you, buddy. I'm not going to say your Muslim uncle because you are our Muslim uncle. So thank you for the $1.99. Jaws in real 3D was awesome. I went to see that in the movies, and as much as I enjoyed that film, I really did get pissed off at how bad the shark looked. And the other thing that pissed me off, they killed Simon McCorkindale.
Right?
That guy deserves.
I think he's talking about the re-release of the original Jaws. That it was
Not Jaws
in,
3D.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jaws in real 3D?
Yeah,
Yes.
for this 40th anniversary, they redid Jaws. They redid the 3D treatment for it.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
I didn't know that.
that could be.
And I am
Fantastic.
extremely pissed off that I cannot sit here.
Fascinating, Captain.
Fascinating.
Oh, by the way, I gotta say, what do you do to yourself there, Das Wolfen? You look naked.
Yeah, I know. I shaved. It's a thing.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Mary, did you mute Danny? He's talking, but no one can hear him.
Who is talking?
So things have improved,
Danny.
basically.
I mean, I totally get it if you muted him, but
Oh,
I did not mute him.
Marty?
No,
I didn't do it.
it's not muted. It's muted.
No, it was an
We
active.
can't hear you, Danny.
You know, to go back to the hair talk about Star Trek, William Campbell had a story about that. He said that I can't remember if it was for Squire Gothels or was for Trouble with Tribbles, but Shatner was going to come over and do a reading with them for the part so they could practice. And he told his kids, "Hey, Captain Kirk's coming by." So all the neighborhood kids all gathered out there were waiting, and William Campbell, and he sees this bald guy riding up in a motorcycle. Which is Shatner, and the kids didn't recognize him. It's like, oh, I guess Captain Kirk's not coming after all.
Wow. Wow. Oh, jeez.
Somebody please say
would-
funny. That's so hard to watch.
You know what, though? I mean, seriously, all of this is just so much fun. I mean, the universe of Star Trek has provided over 56 years of entertainment around the world, both in terms of just the books and the novels, the comics, the conventions, the role-playing games, the video games.
Oh,
Star Trek, I think, has never gotten an even shake in the video game area.
no, they haven't.
Ooh.
There's my FASA D7 D7 deck plans for the game.
Wow.
There was a couple
Nice.
good ones. There was
And
Elite
then
Four.
there's the Enterprise.
That's
Hey,
the
Danny, you got yours. Guess what?
Oh,
I got mine.
I got mine back there.
those stick plans are for the Star Trek role playing game from FASA.
That is correct.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I showed that. I showed my
Dude.
copy of that off yesterday.
Dude.
You're like
I
little
used to have-
boys.
Dude, okay. That's
Just
the second
your
version
Muslim
of that.
uncle.
What?
Go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, go on.
Oh, okay. This is for you. Instead of playing a video for thanking you for your $1.99 super chat, I am going to put this up on the screen for you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the greatest captains we never got to meet. His name was Captain Picardo.
Yes.
Make it so.
Everything. he
While I was quiet, that's what I was making.
Tell me the nature
We
of
have
your Star
another
Trek
one.
emergency.
The holographic captain. Holy shit! That would be
John.
a great short comedy.
The nature
No,
of
but,
emergency is everything with Kurtz, my
It's the
island.
nature of your emergency. We lost our captain.
The Muslim Uncle
Okay.
just send us another super chat.
Oh, let's
No,
see. Your
but,
Muslim Uncle,
Gary-
$1.99. Disagree. The VR Star Trek is amazing.
Really?
What's
I
VR?
did not really. Oh,
Star Trek.
This
you're
is-
right. There was a VR Star Trek. I remember now.
No.
3 years ago that they had that.
Star Trek
Yeah,
Bridge Crew.
Yeah.
There's
Yes!
Bridge Command, and one Star Trek game I suggest you guys check out is Star Trek 25th Anniversary.
I've got
It's
it.
an
Yeah.
adventure game. It's voiced by all the original cast.
Yep.
I remember that one.
Same
And
thing
they're-
with
and they're done
Judgment
like
Rights.
Done like episodes of the actual TV series.
I think something. I think Judgment Rights. Everybody came back, or most everybody came back.
Let me see. I'm going to get a special thank you for that one. What shall I make it?
I still like Star Trek Online.
Let's see. What would be a good one?
Danny, you're muted.
I will do this one for Muslim Uncle.
Wrong.
Your
I'm
mic
gonna
is
go
on,
check the
Danny.
back door.
Back door.
There we go.
Thank goodness for that show.
Thank you, thank you, our Muslim Uncle.
Your
Stuff
mic
would
is
even
muted,
keep my
Danny. Your mic's not on. I can tell the light's not on. I'm trying to help him.
Yeah, well,
Your
some
mic
people are
is
helpless.
off. There it is.
Yeah, but we
Still
still
muted.
Now turn it up.
We can't
No,
hear
he's
you.
Danny.
I think God just hates you.
Yes.
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement.
Now I pause it to avoid being claimed.
But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you can ask yourself the question, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Oh, he got triggered.
Bye, Garrick.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
Garrick.
Yep.
That is like one of my favorite John Milius fucking scripts right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking about John Milius again on Tuesday, do an actual show because that got all fucked up. Those are Hot Toys figures that RMB has. Yeah, RMB is like the best collection. When he was shooting, oh, thank you. Sorry, guys. Thank you.
Well, he directed a Star Trek
Lauren.
film about fans, so he's pretty up there.
It's still packed. Well, I have my little communicator. Flips open and everything. But unlike a phone, mine does have the little buttons. The battery's dead. But you can flip this up to a wristwatch type thing, little clock. And underneath it is a calculator.
Wow.
So it actually has more technology than the actual communicators on Star Trek.
That's cool.
But I got the actual more prop-worthy one.
I got the Star Trek. This is Wrath of Khan, as I recall, right, Keith?
Yeah. Oh, I got that
Yeah,
one too.
yeah.
No, that's not Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 3 and Star Trek 4. Star Trek Wrath of Khan, they were still using the motion picture one.
You sure?
Yep. I'll put money down on
It
it.
lights up. It does all sorts of stuff, and I've been nervous to do this because I thought there was a release on this thing, and I'm nervous to.
No, you
force
just take it
out.
apart.
Oh.
Yeah, you just kind of lift the back and it slides out type of thing. I got the
there
same
we
one.
go. There it is.
I got to get myself a TV one.
See, Type 1 phaser that slips into the Type 2 phaser.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it plugs back in.
Basically acted like a booster for the phaser.
Don't make me grab my box of phasers.
I'm friends with Rack Props. They were the ones who made Richard. Is the first guy who made the phasers that you could buy through magazines. He actually had the replicas, and he got in trouble with CBS over it. They sued him, so it sucks because they didn't put out those kinds of toys.
No.
CBS just basically ruins everybody's fun.
It does. Back in the day when these were all fan-made stuff and people... Wow. And of course, like I said, just like Gary, I got mine.
In answer to Kingsport Cal, Dick Smith was the biggest dick in Hollywood. Next big dick was Dick Miller. Both of them. I think we've lost both of them, haven't we?
Yes.
Because Dick Miller, I know, passed away. Man, I fucking love that guy. And then Dick Smith, of course, was a great movie makeup artist.
Oh, he was one of the very best.
Yeah.
He created a lot of really cool old man makeup.
Yeah, he won an Oscar for Little Big Man.
Yep.
With Dustin Hoffman, making him look 100 years old.
And
he also did the makeup for The Exorcist.
And also the makeup for the Hunger. He did the makeup for the Hunger.
You know, I've got to tell you, I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen The Hunger?
No.
It's a very 80s movie. I saw it.
Oh, I know. I know all about the movie. And yet I've still, like, somebody goes, hey, what did you think of it? I'm like, oh, I know about it. I know trivia. I don't know anything that was in it because I didn't watch it. I don't know why I've never watched it.
I've seen the movie, and it is it's like a very strange 80s Twilight Zone episode turned into a movie. So,
and it's very 80s.
It's great. I mean,
why do you find out everything about a movie and then not watch it? I don't get that.
What's that?
Why do you find out everything about a movie but not go and watch it?
Because Keith and I are trivia driven.
Mm-hmm.
We're trivia
I know
driven.
I know a lot about movies I've never seen either.
Yeah, I just I
like
don't know why I've never
Cleopatra.
seen it. I think that
You've never seen the original Cleopatra?
No.
Okay. We're talking about the original, the one back in the 30s, right?
It was a little too queer.
Yes,
for me.
no, the 20s.
20s, yeah, that's right. 20s.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Go ahead. No. I don't want to interrupt your conversation with doing the show. Go ahead.
Sorry. My fault.
I'm sorry.
No, what I said was I think what turned me off the film was the excessively queer feel to it. And I just thought, that's not a movie made for me. I didn't think I would because I was like a guy's guy. I didn't want to watch films where people were kind of fruity. But I've really wanted to go back and watch it because I feel bad that there are movies out there I missed because of my little hang-ups back in the 80s.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's gay, but it's lesbians and like really hot lesbians.
All right, you're winning me over. Tell me some more.
Lesbians.
There's just so much sucking.
Go on.
David Bowie's in it. As well.
Going. Keep going.
And, 80s David Bowie.
Get back to the lesbians. Get back to the lesbians.
This is what Lauren made for lunch. Lauren, for lunch. I just wanted to show you guys.
What's that?
It's salmon, baked salmon. Oh, fried salmon. Fried
you were
salmon,
looking
green
forward to
beans
that one.
with a rice powder.
Wow.
Nice.
It's a whole grain rice, too.
I'm going to have frozen burritos.
Well, that's dinner tonight. That's what I'm doing for dinner tonight.
Right,
I
Lord
eat the chimichangas.
Yeah, I know.
It had to be lesbians.
It had to be lesbians, yes.
Should we go back to Star Trek, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Star Trek lesbians?
Well, as you noticed or haven't noticed, I changed the background to an actual Star Trek background today.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm playing that audio. I can turn it up if you guys want. If you can't
Rich
hear
noises.
Yeah, I can hear it. Just fine.
I'll turn up a little. Hear it now?
Did anybody else have the little thing that played the bridge noises for sleep?
No.
No.
They had a little. It's like a little cube with the Star Trek logo on it, and it would play the bridge noises.
I don't remember that at all. When did it come out?
I want to say it was like the early 90s.
I was in the Army doing soldier stuff.
Oh.
I missed a lot of cool shit.
I know they got.
Pissed me off.
I know they got some YouTube channels that will do that. They have like 10 hours of ambient Dark Enterprise.
Oh no, that's where I got this audio from.
Oh,
from YouTube, because they've got. I looked for the one with only 1 hour, because like downloading 8 hours of fucking sound effects is a bitch to fucking edit. It's much easier to grab a minute. Are you got to go? Okay, see you, buddy. His audio's not working. We're not hearing you, man.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you back out and come back in.
Yeah, back out, come back in.
Come back in the back door.
Try sign language. Smoke signals.
Carrier pigeon.
But this group sign language can only mean one of two things.
Yeah.
It's so good. Fucked up, but great.
Okay, so we're coming down to the bottom of the hour here. I'd say we just wrap up a little bit, but before we do, let's go into some Deep Space Nine, some Next Generation, because all I want to say about Next Generation is it was my second favorite Star Trek. But
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
I thought you guys were being, oh my god! I thought you guys were being assholes to me. I've been trying to say, like, remember when you were talking about? Sorry, Gary, I don't mean to step on this, but I've been trying to say something for like 20 minutes, and I thought you guys were being dicks. Okay, so remember you guys were talking about video games? Has anybody ever seen the Xbox game called Legacy, Star Trek Legacy? That's where they tied in the Borg to V'ger. I love that game.
That's still available over on what is that? Campbell. If you go to Campbell, Keith, the game store over there, they have that game.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. There's this one stage. It took me literally over a year to get past. It's where you have to drag these turrets to like protect planets from getting destroyed. It was the most ridiculous, hardest. I was like hitting up friends who were telling me the same thing. They're like laughing at me. Yeah, man, that took forever to get past. If you give up, just go on YouTube and watch what happens. You know, but
you can actually get it as a 360.
You know what? I really like all of this, except for the fact that I only play PlayStation. So.
Well, it had all the actors. Like it had Scott Bakula as Archer. It had Shatner as Kirk. It had Stewart as Picard. It had all the actors.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Did it have Captain Picardo?
No, because that's not real. But that's fine.
What?
Yeah, I got that.
I mean, nobody's ever made that joke I've ever seen. His name is Picardo.
He's an old cow from the Rio Grande.
Oh my god. My favorite movie with Picardo was Gremlins 2.
I'm still hot that apparently somebody muted me for 20 minutes and I was saying all kinds of shit and nobody heard it.
Nobody muted you, buddy. Yeah. Nobody muted you.
No, not me. God did.
I would never.
God did. Oh, that's
actually
funny.
Would never do that to you. I think that's rude. I wouldn't do it to you. Now I'll do this, you know, like when you're saying something and then you go like, well, Gary, I've got this. I will do that.
Yep, he does do that.
I will not mute you.
No, you've done that to me before, but I thought for sure because like nobody was hearing me, and I'm like yelling, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then
we could see a microphone lighting up, but nobody could see.
No,
the
irony is,
real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody noticed.
Oh boy!
A lot of games are on GOG. You can get a lot of the Star Trek games on GOG, and they work on modern operating systems.
Yeah, I got Blade Runner from them.
Has anybody here, though? Nobody answered. Has anybody here actually played Star Trek Legacy?
Me, I got it.
Okay, did you beat it?
No.
Did you get hung up at the turret stage that I was talking about?
I never even made it there.
Oh wow, okay.
I gotta try the game again. Yeah, I'm not the world's best player. Let's put it that way.
No, me either. But I'm telling you, like, just watch it on YouTube because you're gonna hate life when you get to that stage. It was terrible. It was so hard. It was ridiculously hard. Yeah.
Good.
You know, one of my favorite virtual things to do is to go watch those like long videos of the Real Engine Enterprise, and you just wander, follow the camera around the ship. I love those videos.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are awesome. But that's back to what we were talking about with Vic. How do you say his name again?
Mignogna.
Sorry, man. Vic Mignogna. The way they rebuilt those sets was just. Oh my God. It was like, nobody asked you, Shinatsky. Nobody asked you.
Yeah, I think his sets are down in Georgia.
Something like that, but they look fantastic. Yeah. And I mean, somebody was saying earlier that you can still go visit him. If that's true, send me the link. Take my money. I mean,
think you can. I think you can. I don't know if they charge us anything or how they go about it. I don't know if it's just like, hey, send an email. I'd like to see the set type of thing. But yeah, you can see them.
Dude, no, screw that. I want to shoot some fan films in there. If he's still got it all up, I mean, come on, man. Like, I know you got some legal issues. I'll take the heat.
Okay, you have the sets up in New York.
Right.
And there's a group.
I thought you said they were in Atlanta.
Well, no, there's also in Atlanta also. But there's a group in Arkansas that bought some of the stuff that James Colley threw out because he refurbished the set. And they took it all the way down to Arkansas. So there's New York, Atlanta, and then there's Arkansas.
Ooh, Arkansas is closer to Vegas. Somebody send me this info, man. I want to do this.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Arkansas one.
I didn't either. Yeah, because that's way closer. I'll take my shirt, my props. I actually have the belt. See, I don't know if you can see. There's that Velcro. Do you see that Velcro? Because that's what they used. I have because to stick onto my little Velcro belt. I have the whole. If you look at my this picture here, back when I was skinny, I have a legit TOS cosplay, like with the boots, the belt, the accessories, everything. But then now that's why I took it off. When I wear my shirt now, I look like season 3 William Shatner. It's not very good. It's very, like a sausage.
Oh, come on. It's not that.
Here we go. This is the official website for Star Trek Continues. This is one of the angles here of the set.
But that's not the one in Arkansas. This is the one in Atlanta, right?
That's Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
And this is where they used the show. God damn it, that's what here we go. Set visits. You can actually go there and visit the set, take pictures and shit. Shatner's been there.
You know what's not good for them, and I could help them because this is what I do for a living. I just Googled Star Trek Continues, and they're not even on the first. This website is not even on the first page. What's the link to this? What's it called?
NeutralZoneStudios.com. And here are some good shots of the set. This is the transporter room right here in that photo. You can see the set construction. They built it based. Here it is, right here. This is the actually Desilu set construction design, and they built it off of those plans. Every room matched exactly where it was when it was shot as a TV series.
Has everyone here seen Baby? What's that movie we love so much?
There's
Chris
Doohan right there, by the way, guys.
Yep.
The Lucy movie with
there's Vic.
Being the Ricardos.
That movie is so good. Have you guys seen? That was probably my favorite movie of 2020.
Really? There was a movie about him. Who was in it?
Yeah, Star Trek.
Javier Bardem and
really?
Yeah.
What's that chick's name?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman? They made a movie about. I fucking saw the movie. Shut up.
He's fucking with me now. I know. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm just saying.
I saw it.
Nobody remembers that I bitched about the casting on that movie.
I love that movie. It's still one of my favorite movies. Cece and I mean, you guys remember I did that whole I Love Cece birthday theme thing with the logo and everything.
Yep.
We love that movie. It's so good. So good. And then so I went down this rabbit hole.
Great book.
And that's where I learned about all the Star Trek stuff. And I loved her even more. You know what I mean?
Well, Lucy Arnaz actually put out a follow-up for that movie, which is a documentary with home films and shit. That tells a lot. It shows the actual
What's it called? Where is it? I'll watch it when
it's on Amazon. Go look it up.
Amazon.
It's under just look up Lucille Ball.
Baby.
I have maybe the
what's
same
really
one
cool about it is
Yeah.
that big scene where I almost called him Ricky, where Desi came out to the audience to talk about how pro-American Lucy really was.
Yeah.
They actually show it in the movie. I mean, the documentary, they show that real scene.
Oh,
with
shit.
Actual footage from the set.
Oh, what is it called?
What's it called? Captured.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Lucy, you
Lucy
got some
Arnaz
tracking to
produced it.
produce. Wah.
Oh, hey, baby. King Sport Cow is sending you roses.
So, do you know the one piece of set that actually went from the original series to the Next Generation?
Yeah, it was the transporter portion that they ended up using, and I think it was originally something from the bottom that they either put on the top. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. In fact, that went from, they ended up taking that from Next Generation and using that for Enterprise.
So Cece wanted me to show you guys her coffee cup because she heard us talking.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. The schematics for the set are also in the Making of Star Trek book.
Yep. Great book.
Oh, you want
Yeah.
to say hi? Oh, she wants to say hi. Here's Cece.
Hi.
Hi,
She just
Hi, Lucy.
Hey, say.
Aw.
Hi, Lucy.
No personal, just personal. Never mind.
Displays of effect.
She can't
Thank
hear
you.
you anyway.
Oh, it's only you.
He couldn't get it out. He said no personal blah blah blah. Okay.
But the best book for behind the scenes is this one, Inside Star Trek. Because as I keep saying, it's got all the information in here. It's got the contracts. It's got the memos.
Is that the one that has the drama behind Harlan Ellison and Gene Roddenberry?
It touches on it, but it also has the contracts and the memos. So
The receipts.
yeah, all the receipts are in here.
I wonder if they ever asked, did you get the memo? Get my memo?
Oh, and Bill, just to answer your question, I think
rewrite on Saturday.
I heard you guys talking earlier about this, and somebody incorrectly said that Harlan Ellison killed off McCoy. So
No,
if
he
he
didn't.
did, if he did, that was not in. So supposedly this is based off of the original teleplay that he got the award for from the Screen Actors Guild, and McCoy doesn't get killed. It's McCoy's in it for like a second, but it's another character altogether that gets sprayed with the injection, goes crazy, that they follow so they can kill him off. And I highly recommend this.
I got the script.
Yeah, but the book, dude, the artwork in this is so photorealistic.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's so good. Yeah.
Well, no, there's a guy Beckwith, and he is dealing drugs on the thing, like jewels that like give you this really crazy trippy thing, because of course the 60s. the crewmate he's dealing drugs to, he's basically, mafia tactics on him. So the guy says he's going to turn him in. Doesn't like that. Beckwith ends up killing him because of what was going, depending on the version. Either it's, by Starfleet law, it's like we can't execute someone on a ship. We have to find like a planet that it doesn't have any life on it, because we don't want to risk tainting that. So they end up beaming down.
Yeoman Rand has a much bigger role in the original in the original teleplay also, but I don't mean to cut you off. Something I really wanted to point out because this has been in the background. I got to meet the artist of this book.
I deleted scenes.
Hi.
Take your
His
deleted
name-
scenes.
Bye.
His name is Juan Ortiz.
Hi, Steven.
He did the cover for this book,
Hi.
but this one here, I think I've mentioned it to you guys before. I love this book. I met this guy probably, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, but this book here is just all of the original series. Oh, he even signed it to me. It's all the original series episodes. And he did a movie poster for each one in that
I've seen
old
those.
school style, and it's so awesome and like it's one of my most prized possessions. Love this book.
And I just want to answer Bill's question there. Vic worked on the New Voyages on Collar Show. Then he went on and did his own. So he was like was on the New Voyages, then went on his own way.
Because he knew he could do it better.
King says
I did
he
not
loves
like
you,
the other
baby.
show. Fan shows.
King Sport
Yeah.
Cow said he loves you. Get in the chat. You'll catch up.
Hey, one thing before I go here, guys. Once again, thank you for having me on. I'm having fun just listening to you guys talk about Star Trek. I was going to be on a show tomorrow with Jedi Bill, where we were going to watch the Western,
Oh yeah, Jedi Bill.
Hostiles, which is going to be a first watch for him, and that's going to be fun just watching his reaction.
Jedi Bill of the karaoke guy.
That's
that guy. Okay, cool. Okay.
Mhm. And unfortunately, he's got some things to do tomorrow, so we have at the last minute moved the show up to 3:00 today. So that's why I'm heading out now. And at the top of the hour, Bill's going to be starting the show, and I'm going to be there on the panel with him, and we're going to watch Hostiles. Very good movie with Christian Bale and Wes Studi. So
Is this Eastern? Because it's not even noon yet.
3:00 Eastern.
Eastern. Oh, okay.
3:00 Eastern my time. Yes, top of the hour.
2:00 our time in Central.
Yeah.
All right, so have a fun time, man. Say hi to Jedi Bill for us.
Yeah.
Tell Bill I'm sorry I haven't been to karaoke lately, but now that things have reopened here, I'm going in person to karaoke. But if you guys ever come out to Vegas, I'll drag you out.
Just so
with
you
me.
guys know, I don't do karaoke because I play a gay man on this show, but I'm not gay in real life.
Right.
You know what, man?
You're not acting.
You're
not
okay.
acking.
Somebody. You know what? It's fine. You can do that thing. Cece's not in here, is she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she
in the
is.
chat.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I won't say what I was about to say. All right.
All right, so let's get into Deep
I
Space
pulled
Nine.
more
It's important to really get into
than I have anything else.
because I didn't make a mistake. I stand by it being Love Boat in space. It really annoyed me, and so I stopped watching. And
Stopped watching what? Sorry, I was
Deep Space Nine. And
okay.
And can you drop your camera while you're doing it?
Smoking my pipe?
Oh, is it a pipe? Oh, okay.
It's tobacco, bro.
You
Because I
yelled-
don't smoke cigarettes in my house.
All right.
Hey, you yelled at me for
Here's
smoking my
my
pipe.
weed. This is
Did I
weed.
yell at you for smoking your pipe?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm yelling at you now.
Okay, look, I want to follow the
I have to be
rules.
consistent.
Hey, look,
God damn it!
I've been
North,
sober
let Gary
for almost
finish his
3 months,
statement,
but
then you can say something. Gary.
I heard my
I
name.
like the grandfather pipe. Grandpa pipe.
You like your father's pipe?
The
Is that what you said?
grandfather pipe.
Grandfather. I like the smell of cherry tobacco. I actually really do.
I do too, and
That's what my mom says.
It's
literally
it's amazingly aromatic. I fucking
and it makes the house smell good.
yeah, it
too,
smells
which is
so
crazy.
fucking good.
Yeah,
I really do.
yeah.
I love cherry tobacco in a pipe. So no, you guys smoke your pipes. God damn it, I don't care. As long as it's not weed
No, I
'cause with
promised
pipes,
you
you don't
already.
actually inhale. It's the flavor.
Yeah, I already promised
Yeah.
you I wouldn't smoke weed on this show anymore
Yeah.
because I get out of control, and I quit drinking 3
What,
months
Keith?
ago. So
What'd you say, Keith?
No, I'm just saying hi to everybody.
Oh.
Oh.
So
And
Deep
I'm going to
Space
be
Nine-
starting weed next week. So.
backdoor karaoke.
If it works, it works. So again, Deep Space Nine. was a show that I wished I'd given more of a chance. I just got really irritated with the whole Love Boat aspect of it. It just got really boring to me. See you later, Stephen.
Take care.
Bye, Stephen.
And have fun. But
Assalamu alaikum.
a friend of mine, years later, I was doing a show with him. I think he's black. I'm not sure. And he told me I should go back and watch the last 3 seasons of Deep Space Nine. Yeah, it was you, Keith. Yeah, it was you. I knew it was a black guy I knew, and I only know a handful because I'm racist. And
Science Officer Keith.
He's the Tolkien black man.
He's Tolkien. That's
I thought I could do one show without it.
Gary.
Here is your joke.
Yeah.
Can I put it up?
Yes.
Yes.
But he convinced me to go back and watch it, and I'm like, holy shit, that was fucking good. And what impressed me the most was that they finally made Cisco a captain. Having him as commander was dumb. I'm like, why'd you do that? Why did you finally make a black man in charge?
Because he's
of
black
something?
and they were racist. That's
Yes,
why they did.
they're racist for doing that.
So, Gary, make Keith a captain now.
He's already.
Don't hold the man down. Make Keith a captain.
First of all, I've never.
First of all,
held any
Keith
man
is an
down.
admiral. Stop being
Not
racist.
with my hands. Not with my hands. Anyway,
Maybe Captain is a science guy though. He's wearing blue.
only
That's
one
science.
person got that fucking joke. I know you got it, Keith. Everybody
Actually,
else
there-
missed that fucking joke.
There's one person that
was
actually
a joke?
came out of being science.
Yes,
to
it
become
was,
a captain.
and everybody missed it because there was too much talking. But Keith heard it and laughed because he knew what I was saying. I said, "I've never held a man down with my hands."
Oh my.
Jerk.
So anyway, Cisco.
Oh my.
Oh my! Blew my
That
mind
was good, Gary.
in that. What I do a lot of
You
impressions.
nailed it. You nailed it.
When he took command of it was called the Reliant, right? That little ship that he flew.
Defiant.
Defiant.
The Defiant.
And he threatens that one species with absolute annihilation, genocide. He threatened them. I will push this fucking button. It was so fucking horrifying a moment that even Worf turned and went, "What the fuck did you just say?" He threatened to destroy an entire species from wipe it out of existence.
That was with he was going after Eddington. They were
Yes.
hunting down
The
Eddington.
traitor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He fucking destroyed the habitability of an entire planet to make sure the
He
monkeys.
was after
He
Corwin,
was-
man.
He was a more aggressive commander, Warhawk commander, than Kirk ever wanted to be. Kirk was more diplomatic than Cisco. Cisco went right for the fucking jugular. And that blew my mind. Putting him up there as the second greatest Star Trek captain in the history of Star Trek. It's Captain Kirk, followed immediately by Cisco.
I beg to differ since Pike in the Strange New Worlds. I don't know, man. Like,
Who?
it's Captain Pike.
Which version of Pike? The one where he's a dandy dancing around, prancing?
What, man, you
Or-
cannot get over that one episode. Like, you always bring
I
it
actually
up.
like the episode. I just thought it was funny that they did that to the
They
one
made
masculine male.
Dandy. No, like,
You
Pike
know-
is, for me now, I hate to say this, it's gone from Kirk to Pike, and if they keep producing good television, I mean, if Pike gets more episodes than Kirk, it could go up, But like, I really like what they've done with Anson Mount Pike.
I'm waiting for them to actually produce good television.
Nobody asked you,
I'm
you
waiting-
naked mole rat.
I'm waiting.
Whoa!
Shots
Hey, no.
fired.
No. I
Shots
was
are
talking to
fired,
Fats
God.
about this yesterday. Google naked mole rat, and the
I don't
picture
know
that
what that
comes
is.
up, that's Das Wolfen's face right now without his beard.
Dork, I'm just waiting for you to suddenly combust in the fire for all the heresy you're spouting.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
look,
right.
the simple fact is you know, Danny doesn't give a shit about quality writing. It's not. It's
Oh,
what he wants is to
wow.
be entertained. No, you don't. I don't think you know
Or
what good writing is.
continuity. Danny's also.
And this isn't a dig at you. You just don't know what quality writing is.
Kadish, you know what? Kadish just said the same thing. I like to be washed with entertainment, and then I process the bad writing later, which in a way is like kind of a bummer, because at first I think something's great and it like hits me with this wave of yay, and then I'll go back and I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible, and then it just crushes my soul. You know?
Yeah, and the only thing, my problem with Strange New Worlds is the fact that it's spotty. Every episode is spotty. It'll have like these good moments and then be followed immediately by really crappily written scenes that are acted in really a crappy way a lot of the time too.
What's this?
But the solid episode is that one with the boy and Pike ends up on the planet falling in love with the girl, and only to find out that he's been a pawn in this.
And he's going to be sacrificed to die.
The kid's going to be turned into this human battery.
Yeah, and he's going to suffer, not just die, but suffer. Like 10 years.
That to me was the best episode of the season. It was.
That was what? That was the what episode?
That's not enough.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm not saying that, honey. I'm just saying that it's the best episode of the season. The next one I enjoyed is the one where they go that Q-like entity changes the ship into like this fairy world, and I enjoyed that. I don't care what other people said. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I thought it was awfully obvious when they made the strongest male character a dandy.
So I read somewhere.
I
read somewhere that Anson Mount was all for that. Like, and he actually dialed it up.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Look, I've played gay on stage, and I definitely dialed it up when I
went to Prime. You guys sent me to Prime to look up something, and I couldn't find it. But this Sylvester Stallone Samaritan thing popped up.
It's very good.
Is that worth watching? Okay, but why was I here? What am I supposed to look up on Prime? Did you guys remember?
Somebody suggested you look something up.
The Lucy was.
Yeah.
What was it
Lucy
called?
Arnaz's documentary. Just look up the Lucy documentary. Lucille Ball documentary.
Okay. That should have came up after you watched Being the Ricardos.
Well, you know, it might have, but I'm one of those douchebags. I don't look at the referred to. Is it the one by Amy Poehler?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She's involved with it.
Lucy and Desi.
Yeah, it's Lucy and Desi, a home movie.
Oh, this doesn't say a home movie. Is it the one by Amy Poehler? Sorry,
I'm going to show you what it is.
We could do this off screen. My bad.
Here you go. No. I'm showing
this is like taking the kids as a grandparent, giving them a bunch of sugar, and then giving them back. That's what we're doing to you, Cecilia.
This movie, directed by Lucy Arnaz.
Okay, that's different. Lucy and Desi.
A home movie.
Okay. Okay.
And the tragedy that you find out at the end of this film is how.
Don't spoil it.
How in love with each other they were in real life, even after their divorce.
Oh no, that they portrayed that in. I watched another thing. It was an old one where they talked about how, like, because it reminds me, people give me grief, even Cece does. Sorry, baby, if you're still watching. But my last ex-wife and I, Stacy, we have my two youngest kids. We're still really good friends, and we still care for each other. But we don't love each other like in love with like we hate each other. Like we could not live with each other. We'd kill each other. But we still care, we still love each other. If that makes sense. I know I just said we don't. Do you get what I'm like? So I totally get. I could totally relate to that.
Is this what it's like when you're high?
Yes.
It never makes sense, Danny.
Is this what it's like when you're straight?
For the 5th time, I want to go to Deep Space Nine. Before we end the show in 6 minutes.
And I just have a trivia about Deep Space Nine.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Baron.
Okay, so Eddington, the actor who plays Eddington, do you know what 80s cult fantasy film, science fantasy?
Yes.
Kroll. I don't...
Thanks for ruining it. Con!
Because he lost his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Marshall is Peter Marshall's son. Peter Marshall from Hollywood Squares.
Yep.
and Ken Marshall was his boy, and they thought he was going to be the new thing. Remember that?
Yeah,
He did Kroll, and then he immediately did the Alps with the elephants and shit.
Yeah.
Hannibal.
Yeah.
Hannibal. Across the Alps.
Kroll would have worked if they had stuck with it a little bit more as far as going to a sequel. I think that would have helped a little bit more. In fact, they still could. I mean, Netflix is getting ready to...
Is that a dog?
Well, Kroll would be a great film to
horse?
remake, because it really got fucked up in the third act.
Yes, you. It looked like a horse. Oh, it's a cat? Oh my God, I was wrong on both accounts.
It's most a cat.
That's a big.
It's hard to
damn cat.
believe, though, that this is the same actor that was in Kroll and Hannibal Across the Alps. There he is, and he played Eddington.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, 82. That must be nice. Wish it was like that here in Vegas. Anywho, did you see the link I sent you in the private chat, Gary?
Yes.
So that's my. So this is from 12 years ago. I took.
Oh, it's Bill Shatner. I recognize him on stage.
I took my
William
son.
Shatner has a very specific gait that you can recognize before you speak.
I would love it if you shared this, because I was just yelling "con," and my son actually. This is my footage of a scene that makes it into a movie that he was shooting during this. It was on Epix. I forget the name of it, but but my son's in a movie that William Shatner did. It was pretty. Oh yeah, nah. Cecil, let me know. Well, maybe she did. I don't. Inglés, por favor, no entiendo español.
You will understand the chancla.
Ah, shit.
There you go.
She said to wait.
Oh, you got to rewind that. They didn't hear his question.
Oh, I'm not rewinding it.
Okay, fine.
Everybody shut up.
What's your favorite dramatic scream, Spock or Khan?
Spock?
Yes.
When did I scream Spock? What? Oh, when he was dying. When he was dying. Mark, you gotta help scream Spock like I did.
Spock!
That's my boy. That's awesome.
Scream Khan like I did.
That was fucking cute.
That was cute.
Yeah, no, he crushes my son's soul. You stopped it before. He says, "What's my favorite scream?" Screams of ecstasy, but you wouldn't even know anything about that. And my son was so devastated. He just walks off, and then Bill Shatner plays off. He's like, "Oh, okay, bye." But they cut that whole end thing off. They actually, in the movie, they cut it off where you did. So it's kind of funny.
Thank you, Monkey Jeebus.
Woohoo!
Now
he
you're
is now
like
officially the favorite monkey, right? Or no?
Now he's the favorite monkey. Yes, he has to be.
Do you want to touch the monkey, Jeebus?
Touch my monkey.
I have to at least say this.
I don't touch any monkeys.
I wholeheartedly agree with Gary about Deep Space Nine. For me, Captain Sisko is probably the second best, almost tied up there with Kirk, but I mean, second best. I love the entire series, even though the first season was kind of screwy. Move along home. I'm looking right at you. Okay, you're dragging down the quality there a bit. But personally, I believe that this show was better than all the other Colin shows because of Michael Piller. Michael Piller was just a quality.
I'm so sad we lost him.
Yeah,
Pilar.
The supporting cast also was amazing.
Oh yeah,
excellent.
It's Kissel, not Kissel. It's Pilar, not Pillar, but it's okay.
Sorry,
Garrick.
There you go.
One of my
there you
favorite
go. Just for the play again
on Star Trek.
Fucking love that scream. Monkey Jeebus, thank you for becoming a member, man. And that video was for you.
Con, you bloodsucker. You should have played the whole scene.
Well, when I drink Jim Beam, I always say, "Beam me up."
But
another thing, DS9 probably has the best pilot episode of any of the Star Trek series.
Well, it begins with why he hates Picard. He's at the Battle of Wolf 359.
Yep.
He loses so much and blames Picard because Picard had been assimilated.
The thing is, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
The interesting thing is, he knows it was not really Picard, and he has his duality. I hate him, but he doesn't have any real responsibility of what happened. You can see that in that series.
You guys, let's pretend he was white so I don't get called a racist. The reason he wasn't a captain, hold up. The reason he wasn't a captain
just by saying that, dude.
Whatever. Ha ha ha. No, seriously. He was like basically, okay, go babysit this, space station. Go fuck off. Real captains get starships, and he kind of got shit on, so that's why he was like,
he absolutely was shit on by being given Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Well, he was. I agree with that. He was no captain. He was a commander.
No, that's right. That's my point. That's what I was saying. That's why it took 3 seasons, I think it was.
And I think that was stupid. He should have been made a captain by the end of season 1. He should have earned it for what he did on that station for that first season.
I also think that maybe one of the things that slowed all that up was the fact that he
was black. Don't go there, bro.
No.
Jesus Christ, Keith! I expect racism from others, not you.
I think within the balance of the story and the job that he was meant to do, getting caught up in the Bajorian culture the way that he was, and becoming their emissary may have had a lot to do with why Starfleet took so long in making him a captain.
Because he ends up becoming a prophet or something.
You're funny, right? Keith. You're so fucking funny.
What the heck?
I'm confused.
But I think that given his assignment, helping Bajor get ready to join the Federation, get ready to be a part of what they do, was really his initial assignment, and helping to get everything cleaned up after the Cardassians left. This was a different kind of series in that it was showing you what it was like in two ways: on the frontier, but also in helping cultures take the necessary steps before they finally become a part of the Federation. Right. We had never seen that in a television series before. To have made him a captain right off the bat would have made sense had he not become a prophet, part of their religion.
That's what the word I was looking for.
I think that had a lot to do with.
So let's fantasy book here, to use a wrestling term. If you brought back, how they, Picard and all this other garbage they're bringing back. If you brought somehow in the Star Trek universe, brought back Sisko as a prophet, fantasy book here, Keith, because you're so how would you do it? How would you do it?
How would I bring him back?
Yeah, how would you or just show?
He was going to come back.
Even no. This is a fantasy booking here. How would you incorporate Sisko as a prophet? I don't even care if we see.
I don't even know if it's really possible, given that we would still have powers. Look, it almost goes against kind of what Roddenberry had set up. Star Trek is meant to really be a reminder that we as human beings can accomplish anything we set our minds to. And part of doing that is working together, figuring our way through whatever.
If I may, speaking of working together, guys, we need some super chats. I don't know if you noticed. You see how my glasses don't have the reflection of everything on them like Keith's does over here? We need to get him some glasses with anti-glare, and the only way to do that is if you send super chats, so he can afford to do that. So please put up the links, whatever bot you have, CashApp, super chat, PayPal, YouTube.
We've gone PBS.
Dork, Here's the thing:
Yes.
if you're gonna do that, you need a tin cup. You need a tin.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for him, not me. Don't be a dick. Jesus, man. I get nothing.
I think one of the things
I get nothing out of this. I'm just being a good friend. Okay.
Well,
Thank you,
Keith. Correct me if I'm wrong too. I suppose a little bit of that Starfleet's afraid that he might be going native, and the last
That's
thing you
the
wanted
other
to
thing.
have.
Yes, and that never works out. Being in Starfleet, being an officer and having power, and so I think that may have slowed things up for him to becoming a captain. So he had to prove himself as far as not being.
Man, did he? I'm telling you, the second he grew that goatee, shit was on.
Well, things changed so much in that universe. You know, you had the Dominion, you had the Dominion War, you had the threat of this.
Well, the
Gamma
Dominion
Quadrant
War
coming
didn't play into it for a
well,
minute.
we started seeing them towards in the second season and the influences, and they had that threat.
Yeah. But business
the
didn't really pick up until everything actually is kind of funny if you think about it. If you look at the history of Deep Space Nine, that's when Worf joins. That's when he gets the goatee. That's when business really picks up in season 3. You know what I mean? Like,
that was done on purpose.
Arguably the best season of DS9. Arguably, So
yeah, well, I mean, again, that was done on purpose because of a change in writing staff, and I think that ultimately they realized that they weren't going to be getting any help from Rick Berman and from anyone else, so they really went rogue. The entire writing staff of that show went rogue, and they decided we were just gonna, they decided let's just write whatever we want, because no matter what we do, we're not really gonna be the favorite show when it comes from Paramount. Paramount, after a while, gave up on DS9. They stopped promoting it the way that they would promote Next Generation.
So, well, I mean, I don't know if that's there. So I'll be honest with you. So when DS9 first came out, I didn't like it. I watched a few episodes and just wasn't into it. And it was like, man, at least a decade later, my best friend, God rest his soul, Jason, was like, hey, man, this is the best Star Trek. You need to watch it. I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind. He's like, no, trust me. Really, just give it. So I watched it on Spike. Do you guys remember when Spike would?
Yeah, I remember Spike.
Yep.
They did those marathons. So I was like, all right, you know what? Spike TV's doing a marathon. I'll binge watch on network television or cable television or whatever. And I did, and God bless Spike, because I probably missed a few episodes because sleep and stuff. But that's what Spike is what got me into Deep Space Nine, and I really God, man, I couldn't believe because by the last, there's so much in Deep oh gosh, it's so deep and theological, and you know what I mean.
Well, the characters were given character arcs.
Yeah,
unlike all the other Star Trek series, there is growth for every single character.
And I tell you what,
started. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say they really were ahead of. Maybe that's why I couldn't get into it. They were ahead of the curve. So, if DS9, so I was making the Spike thing. It's a binge show, but they didn't do that before Netflix. Now that Netflix and all these other things, every show is bingeable. The beef I had with DS9 is I was lost if I didn't see previous episodes. You kind of have to. Hey, thanks for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat there, Kingsport Cal, $5. This is for Baron's excellent pipe skills and Cecilia Rivera. Also, my boy, none of this is because of Danny. Also for the eye candy, Anima and Ninja.
Anima is something very different.
Yeah.
Well, Anima's not there. She is.
Eye candy on me?
Yeah. I mean,
you're eye candy.
You're all right. I'm sexier, but it's all good.
So.
What are you smoking in that pipe, huh?
It's a English blend.
Oh no, mine's.
No, I don't do it. Sure, I like a Latakia blend. I like the more English styles. I kind of like.
I don't. They're kind of not dry, but they don't have any flavor. They're just kind of it's what's the point?
Oh, you haven't had some of the good stuff then. Oh.
I guess not.
I am going to play a video for Kingsport Cal. And here it comes.
Understand what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of the women.
I love that line. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on
We
it.
say to Kathleen Kennedy.
You are obsessed with Arnold, Gary.
Crush your enemies.
I am. I really, on a very personal level, admire him.
See them
what he
driven
did
before you.
Coming here from Europe, he served in the military. He's a veteran, you know. And what's funny is, you know, he got in trouble once while in the military.
He was military. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Austrian armor. He was
And
with
hear the
Austrian
lamentation of the
Army
women.
Armor
Does
division.
that count? Austrian army is kind of a joke.
Well, I mean, isn't it like the Israel? Isn't it required there?
Service, I don't know if they do it there.
I don't know.
So look,
I don't know what it
highly
is.
recommend. Thank you, baby. I highly recommend this book. This is by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's his biography. It's thick as a dick, so it takes a minute to read, but it's
So
highly entertaining. You know,
He went AWOL once, got in trouble for it. But the reason he went AWOL was to compete in a bodybuilding contest, and he won. So he didn't feel too bad. I just admired him. I don't know
be
why.
a girly man. No, I love Arnold
And
Schwarzenegger.
it's if you've ever listened to some of his speeches that he gives at universities and colleges, he is really uplifting as hell.
No, he is. I have a thing. Like I know we just recently, probably within the last 6 to 9 months, became friends on Facebook. I used to share this every year. It's like this Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's one of the. It's what you were talking about. It was one of the speeches he gave at a commencement, but they put like inspirational music to it, and chopped it down. And it's, dude, it's like. I used to listen. I'm not kidding. I used to listen
very
to
emotional.
it every morning in the shower.
He
Just like
speaks-
have it play.
Okay.
on subjects very candidly, and the thing I've always liked about him is the fact that he's so fucking obnoxious sometimes.
Dude,
He can be
one of my
so
favorite
fucking
lines.
obnoxious, but then he'll throw out something that'll blow your mind. It's like, holy crap! In the middle of all that, there's a scene in Pumping Iron that I think was cut out of the film, but it is available, where he starts talking about coming and ejaculating.
it's in the
And it is like, it's horrifying to listen to, and they kept playing it over and over to fuck with me the other night on another show. They just kept playing it over and over.
It's like
I'm
coming
coming
here,
coming,
I'm coming there,
coming.
coming everywhere.
That was Zach's show.
Was that Zach's? Yeah,
That was Zach's. Yeah.
Zach says
So-
that fuck with me.
To answer the question from before, it's either mandatory in Austria to join the military for I think 8 or 9 months,
It
or
is.
do social services for a year.
Or do social services.
And that's what
so
I
I wonder
said we
which
should
one
do in the
Arnold
U.S. is there should be
I agree.
mandatory-
No, we've talked
mandatory
about
And
that.
only for
Yeah.
guys. They're trying to make it mandatory for girls as well.
They should make it
That's
mandatory
sexist.
for
It
everybody.
needs to be across the board.
it's
Every
sexist as
citizen,
fuck.
Especially
spends at least
because
1 year in service of this country in some form.
And yes. No, we've talked about this, Gary. I totally agree. One of my favorite things about the Arnold Schwarzenegger motivational speech I used to listen to every day, because I give CC shit about it all the time. Because you know how women, or I don't mean to generalize, a lot of people, I'll just say a lot of people, male,
Careful, buddy.
they're like, I need my 8 hours. I need my 8 hours of sleep. Did you hear? She yelled, "Yep."
Absolutely, I agree with her.
So no, in his speech, he's like, he's talking about breaking down the day, how we all have the same amount of time to do the same amount of things, and blah blah blah. And he talks about sleeping for only 6 hours, and then he says something like, when people say 6 hours is not enough, he's like, and I tell them, just sleep faster.
Just sleep faster.
Just sleep
That's
faster.
good. Like that.
He is coming when you want to live.
You just sleep faster. But that's literally from a commencement speech. He says, I tell those people, just sleep faster.
And you know,
The last time I got 8 hours sleep.
I'm a 6
I
hour.
don't get 8 hours normally. I did last night for some weird reason, but it was off and on. I woke up like several times during the night, and
that's
well,
an
mine
age
was from
thing,
my
bro.
back because I have that degenerative bone disease in my back, and sleeping in certain positions, even on my back, laying on my back hurts after an hour.
I get it. I gotta get a new mattress. But I was actually
No,
at the
this
doctor
mattress
today.
that Lauren has me sleeping on is probably one of the best mattresses I've ever slept on. It's completely the fault is in my back.
So I do.
I wanted to put this up. as much as I despise Charles, this woman was the queen of my entire life up to now.
So you guys want to hear something funny? I was telling Cece this because this is how I found out the Queen died. The Queen, whatever. I don't recognize her. I'm American. I'm a big wrestling fan, as you guys know.
She's still the Queen of England when she was alive.
She was.
You recognize her.
She's dead now.
She's not our queen.
But so I was watching this podcast. It's called the Hall of Fame podcast. It's hosted by Booker T, the 6-time world champion, 2-time Hall of Famer Booker T. And apparently during the live stream of the show is when she died. And I swear to God, true story. So his co-host Brad Gilmore goes, "Hey everybody, breaking news. I know we don't normally have this, but I just wanted to let everybody know that the Queen has died." And Booker T used to be King of the Ring, and his wife in real life was Queen Charmel. So my knee-jerk reaction was, "Oh my God, Queen Charmel died!" And then they were like, "No, you fucking idiot, the Queen of England." And I was like, "Oh, well, it's not my queen. I don't care." So I would have been more devastated if it was Queen Charmel. Just want to throw that out there. Anyway.
So as I was saying, I lived in England, in the UK for a while, as well as Ireland, and I got the pleasure of actually being on the street watching her go by, and she was just always hello, hello, and
but I was like Stoutfire.
Yeah, hello, what's the English Queen does it this way. She used to do it down here, now she does it up here. And yeah, I hope somebody got that joke. Robin Williams joke. I stole it from Robin Williams. Because she said Doubtfire, and that made me think of that. So basically, they need to end the monarchy over there. They need to end it, because she was really the end of the monarchy. She devalued the presence of what the Queen did, to the point of allowing citizen voted people into office to control the country, and the Queen just didn't involve herself in it. She was in communication, they did talk and stuff like that, but the fact is she let it be known that this is now a country of the people, for the people, and by the people, is what she was trying to say. And Charles absolutely has betrayed her trust, because she set it up so he wouldn't be king, and he took the crown, and he's a piece of shit. He really is. I'm sorry, anybody in England that likes him.
Pass it over to William. Totally.
Well, remember,
he betrayed the country, and he is also the founder of the Reset. He's the one who started that shit, and people need to be worried about what he's doing. And that's all I got to say about that. But I miss the Queen. She was, God damn it, she was in the best scene of one of the Naked Gun films. Yep. Even though that wasn't her as an actress, but still, just the same. Naked Gun was a great film.
She had a great sense of humor, and that whole thing she did with the Olympics and Daniel Craig was classic.
It was.
I mean, that whole thing about Trump, classic.
She lost her husband, and I think she was done.
Just a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're reunited now. I'd like to see that.
Look, we've seen this throughout time. Lovers that die soon after one of them dies. I mean, Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon. They died within a year of each other. Don't fucking laugh. It's true. They loved each other.
Don't forget also our history. Charles I dissolves Parliament. Charles II dissolves Parliament. Charles III.
Yeah, I'm terrified of this guy. I really am.
Yeah.
I don't like him. He considers human life viruses. We're viruses.
Diana would never have been queen. She would have been royal consort, not queen.
Yeah, so... But anyway, I'm going to wrap this show up. It was a lot of fun. We went over 2 hours. I don't want to go too long over 2 hours. I mean, Keith's prostate is already bad right now. I mean... I worry about your prostate. I think about it all the time.
Yeah, I'm the youngest, but the rest of the panel needs to pee.
Oh, my prostate's great. I mean, that thing's in great shape. So,
I'm good.
Fuck you guys. I want to thank the panel for being here. Thank you, Deleted Team Stephen, for being here. He's gone already. Shanatsky. Das Wölfin, who's been off camera most of the day, but not all of it. I like the picture of Garrick. It's really cool. Baron Ormond Tog, Danny, or as his mother knows him, Daniel. Or
Hey,
as
sorry,
many
I
of you
just
know
got
him.
back from peeing. Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Like I said.
We're off the air now.
Oh,
we're off
shit.
air.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's
well, hey,
okay.
man. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I was about to get personal. Thank you for stopping.
How about
So,
that awful embarrassing moment?
Danny was in there testing his prostate. So,
guys.
And I want to thank Anima for showing up.
Oh,
And
Bill
now
Barkley's
that-
comment
Wait a
is classic.
second. We don't get many chances.
Backdoor Danny.
Yes, back. No, it's mine. Don't shift. that
Gary's
to
the
him.
only
It's mine.
back door here.
I'm the back door.
Gary.
I'm the back door guy. That's my shirt. So, but because Danny is actually here, I'm going to say something. Is it okay, Anima?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anima and I have feelings for each other, but only when you're in the room.
What you? See, at first, when you said Danny, I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, whoa, bro.
No, you, Danny. I am talking
Me?
about you. But
Oh,
then
shit.
there's Anima, who is also a similar name, but I'm not going to say it. Because,
I love you too, man. But Cece probably wouldn't be down. Well, I don't know. Maybe we have a throuple. We could have a throuple. We could have a throuple.
Yeah, I'm not
You're-
joking.
You're asking for that chancla, man.
Martine has been playing Cupid to our relationship. Come on, man. Yo, you got to love her. Come on, man.
What's not to
Tell
love
me-
about? What's not to love
Stop
about?
it!
Stop it
now.
I mean,
Stop it now.
other than she has no soul, she's a red-headed demon.
She and I really do have feelings for each other, and we're trying to figure it out. Like, how the fuck do you have a relationship on another continent? What is that? How does that even fucking work?
It'll
It's
work.
not Star Trek. I can't beam.
It'll work.
I thought you said your prostate was good.
But I blame you, Danny. Oh, my prostate's great. I could
Yeah,
probably
it's absolutely
probably-
Danny's fault.
I
Yeah,
could
you
probably
brought
Tennessee
me. You
from
brought
here.
me in here, Danny.
I did.
I wouldn't be
Danny,
here
it's
without
your
you.
fault that we fell for
It's
each
all
other.
your fault.
So here we go.
blame you.
This is,
We do blame
This is
you.
for the two of you. Can you feel?
Oh God, don't sing.
See,
Oh, where'd he go?
Thanks.
I was thinking Sebastian and Kiss the Girl, but that's just me.
So there's that. And
Danny, this is for you.
oh my God.
What? What does that mean? La pinche chunk.
The
What does that
fucking
mean?
chancla.
Oh shit. What? Oh, hey. Oh wow. Yeah, you missed.
I missed it. What happened?
She threw a chancla, a real one.
Finally.
Dude, you don't mess with her.
Danny.
No.
Dude, you don't mess with her.
It was nice knowing you, Danny.
She's not gonna miss. She's not gonna miss this time. Okay. Yeah.
One more time. One more
We will
time.
totally maybe miss you, Danny.
So one more time. No. I was.
Yeah,
Well, you told her what we said. You
Yeah, that's my
deserved
fault.
it.
I know. I did. Deep down inside, I knew I deserved it. That's why I told.
Oh, you totally deserve it.
Oh, it's a flip flop.
I'll get the Cecil cat.
It's a flip flop.
Yeah, Chonkla's a flip flop.
She hit you with the flip flop. Got it.
Yeah, you
Think
didn't
it's
see the
jogging
first
shoe
one that I
next time.
dodged like a ninja. You didn't see that? I dodged it like a ninja, and so then she had to come over in
Yeah,
person.
you may have dodged it, but you still got hit.
You know,
I would
Gary-
have thrown
Gary-
a Dark Martin at you, but that's just me.
Gary,
Well,
Gary
I got
knows,
it.
Gary knows how good his prostate is because he had it examined not too long ago. He walked into the office. He goes, "Where should I put my pants?" The doctor said, "Right next to my pair."
Oh, Moon River.
Thank you, Baron. Next week
For all
we'll
those Fletch
sadly
fans.
not have Baron on the show.
Do you have to use the whole hand on?
You
I
got
want to
cancer,
thank
dude.
Anima for being here. I want to thank. I already thanked Danny, but he wasn't here, so I'm thanking him again. Thank you, Danny. I thank you, John, for being here. And Keith, my partner in crime, thanks for being here. And Martin Acosta Santana, thank you for being the right side of my brain and keeping
Not
the
a nice
show
place
going.
to be.
It's a tough place. It's scary in there. It's scary. Also, I want to thank those in, and let me go to the private chat to thank everybody who's been in the chat. Monkey Jeebus, thank you, come again. Gap After Dark, Penny, Danny's mom, Bill Barkley from some little place in Scotland. It's kind of a country, almost a country, Scotland.
No, it's not. It's a province of the.
It's a sub neighborhood. It's like a suburban neighborhood of England.
Yeah, there we go.
That'll get him worked up. That'll get him worked up. Dr. Dragon.
I mean, you're just speaking truth, so it's okay.
Shut up. Dr. Dragon, Keely Chow, Kingsport Cow, Das Wolfen, who's also on the show. Tan. Lauren, who's made me a delicious lunch too. It was really good. War Monkey, the Peter Venkman fan site, Tree Rock Creations. Zax was here. Fuck you, Zax. I can hear everything just fine. Why do you keep writing in the private chat? Shut up, Keith. I'm sorry. Why do you guys get in? Anyway, Christopher Moonlight Productions, our good friend Chris. Baked Bean, Decepticons Cave of Villains. Pacific 414 was here. Parrot Head, Apollome's Minion, Captain Robert April, and of course, Captain Robert April, if you know your Star Trek, was actually Gene Roddenberry. Dragon Bricks.
Well, he's black now.
We had multiple dragons in the house. That makes this a House of Dragons again today.
Dragons
Our
and
good
monkeys.
friend Lord Thoth, our Muslim uncle, Black as what? I don't know. It just ends there. Just letting you know you ended on a dangling press. I can't talk. Fuck you.
Participle.
Deleted Scene says, show I was supposed to be on tomorrow has been moved. So fuck you guys. I'm out of here. Okay. That was Stephen.
Okay. Good for you, man.
Let's see. CC, of course. Jedi Bill. Keith is quietly judging you now, Shinatsky said. And Slasher Fred. There we go. I think I got through everybody. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Did I get everybody? I hope I got everybody.
Before you leave, we got a super chat.
Oh, we do?
Yes, from our Muslim uncle.
Our Muslim uncle, yes. Because glare is racist.
Assalamu alaikum, my friend.
I glare too often. I'm sorry. It's true. Let me find a video for you. I'm going to play an actual video off my computer. Videos. Let me look. Oh, here we go. This is a great one.
So grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then to hell with you.
One of the greatest speeches in film is his prayer. It's such, well, once again, Milius knows how to fucking write.
Yeah, he does.
And one of my favorite things that was said by Francis Ford Coppola. Well, what part of Apocalypse Now did John Milius write? He goes, you know, all those parts that you like to quote and talk about, those scenes. Those are the scenes that Milius wrote, the ones you liked.
Completely derail the end of the show. They just released the lineup for the Thunderbolts.
Oh, where?
Oh, well, DC, while we've been talking, DC has had their Hall H.
You mean D23?
D20 Hall, yeah, 23 Marvel. But the Thunderbolts are Echo, Ghost, Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, Winter Soldier, U.S. Agent, and Taskmaster.
Oh, I'm pissed.
Basically, only one person I care about in that entire group, and everybody else can.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Like, why not? Jesus, man, they set up Abomination for this. Why is he not in Thunderbolts? He's supposed to be. What the hell?
Because he's a very good actor, and you probably don't want to act with those people. I mean, he probably doesn't have time.
Yeah,
and they also confirmed
you really
Fantastic
all
Four.
over Danny on that one. That was mean. That really was uncalled for.
They also confirmed that Fantastic Four will be directed by Matt Shankman.
Cool.
a guy, because a lot of the time
Brad
that
Bird
names
should
come
do
from the things that they do. Miller, Gardner, Shankman clearly came from a family of people that like to knife people.
Come on. No, Brad Bird has already made the best Fantastic Four movie. They should have had him come back. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, I like what you just said there. It's true. It's true. The Impossible or The Incredibles really was a good Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, there was no way he was coming back to Disney. He left Disney for a reason.
No, he's working with Legendary now, and
He's
rightly
not
so.
coming
It's a
back.
company that won't fuck with him.
There
they
you
want to
go.
make good entertainment that makes money.
Yeah.
Disney is the one that's into losing money. Well, good on you, Disney. Go fuck yourself.
Well, that's why they don't actually release the numbers of their Disney Plus shows. Because, as much as I've enjoyed She-Hulk, I really would love to know the metrics on that,
Have you watched
still enjoy
She-Hulk?
that show?
Wow, did you not watch the last review I did Thursday?
I didn't have
I don't think anybody
I've been
did.
getting. You're probably right. I've been getting accused of getting checks from Disney because I was blowing that show so hard. No,
I
episode
didn't
3.
even watch the last one.
Episode 3 is my
You're not
favorite
really
episode.
blowing it until you cut the balls. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! I'll cradle the balls and stroke the shaft. It was great. The last episode of She-Hulk is my favorite. But my buddy Mike Salty Trekker, who every Thursday we review She-Hulk, and on his channel. Because I don't have one on my own because I'm Kato Kalin. And it was his least favorite episode, but my favorite episode. So it was crazy.
But it's always like that, Danny. You always like the last episode that aired best. Nothing new.
Yeah, it's like my God,
positive
I can hardly wait till the next episode when it takes over being the best episode.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and channel. Also, please leave a comment, and we'd like to know what you thought of the episode, as well as letting us know if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always
This last
find Pop
episode's
Culture
my favorite.
Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah, this
YouTube,
is the best
and
episode
Twitch.
ever.
Yeah. Best Saturday morning fun time.
I wish you guys could see
Our best episode since the last best episode, which is the best episode ever.
This episode is so good. Was so good. I just lit up a cigarette.
I like the guy with the bite. He was great.
Yeah, the one with the beard.
Yeah, the bearded guy.
Part of this episode was Rick.
Yeah, because we both have a beard. Oh, hey, that's
me. Wow. Boom, boom, boom.
That's all, huh?
Bye, everybody.